Lin Moyu looked at them with vigilance. They stopped 10 meters away from Lin Moyu. The same as a team of 12. The team configuration of the human race is completely different from that of the dragon race. 2 knights are the team leader, with a battle king assistant and 3 healers. Then there are 3 archers and 3 mages. This is a long-distance-based team. Lin Moyu looked at them, and he had already weighed in his heart how he should deal with them if they did something to him. He will not be soft, because he is both a human race and his senior. You guys, why did you come to the ancient battlefield at level 30? The assistant of the King of War came out with a kind face on his face. The team is headed by him. Lin Moyu didn't answer, but instead asked, "What's the matter?" Zhang Wang's assistant frowned subconsciously. This junior didn't seem to be very good at talking. But he still calmed down. "Student, you are a student of Shaojing Academy, right?" "We are from Creation Academy, my name is Ling Yizhan." "I know, what's the matter?" Seeing that Lin Moyu was still like this, Ling Yizhan showed a little displeasure. "Student, do you know that you are in danger now?" Lin Moyu looked up at the red light. "I know." Ling Yizhan continued Lin Moyu's words. "Student, we can protect you and let you go through the 10-day dangerous period." Lin Moyu shook his head. "Thank you, I don't need it. I'm leaving, stay away from me." Lin Moyu didn't even bother to know their names, and turned around and left after finishing speaking. Protection? Do you need protection from others? During these 10 days, he didn't want to get in touch with too many people. If it's an enemy, it's okay to say, "Let's do it directly." As a human race, he is not easy to take the initiative to attack. Keeping your distance is the best way. "Student, you will die if you do this." Ling Yizhan shouted loudly. Lin Moyu didn't respond and quickly walked away. Lin Moyu disappeared from sight, only the red light still rose into the sky. In this case, they can catch up and lose at any time. A knight said to Ling Yi, "Captain, this kid doesn't know how to flatter." Ling Yizhan nodded. "Maybe it's a certain genius, otherwise it's impossible to come to the ancient battlefield at level 30. The knight sneered, "This kid is so lucky that he was able to get the origin rune, but it's a pity that we didn't get it." Ling Yizhan raised his eyebrows, and scolded in a low voice, "Don't use your brains, he is a member of the human race, and even our junior." The knight smiled, "Of course I know, I won't do anything to him. But he doesn't want our protection, he won't live long. A mere level 30 dares to act alone in the ancient battlefield. Does he think he is a professional above level 60? Another knight also came over. "This kid should be not simple. I just saw his eyes are not simple." Ling Yizhan nodded and said, "He is wary of us, obviously he knows the origin rune. Such a character must have an extraordinary background. I suspect that he may have planted a soul imprint, so that he can be resurrected even if he dies. If this is the case, if we do something about him." As soon as these words came out, the rest of them understood. Lin Moyu can die, and there are some people who want Lin Moyu to die, but they can't die by their hands. They can only wait and be a titmouse. Lin Moyu walked for a while, completely leaving the territory of the Soul Eater. The earth became level again. I found a place, lit a fire, skillfully set up a barbecue grill, took out the skewered meat from the storage space, and slowly grilled it. 2 skeletons stood by the fire, helping Lin Moyu turn the barbecue. The light of the fire reflected on his face, reminding him of the days when he and Ning Yi ate barbecue together in the battlefield of Yuan Dynasty. It was very nostalgic. I don't know where the girl has gone. The family mission, I don't know how long it will take. Lin Moyu muttered to himself, and took out a soul crystal. The mental power moved slightly. Stimulated by the mental power, the soul crystal melted immediately, seeping into the skin like a stream of water. Lin Moyu pays attention to his mental power attribute. As the soul crystallized into the body, the attribute of mental power increased rapidly. The basic spiritual power has increased from 400 points to 5,000 points, which has increased by 1,000 points in a blink of an eye. The effect of soul crystallization was very good, the whole process took less than 5 seconds, and there was no discomfort at all. Exactly the same effect given by the detection spell. Lin Moyu took out the soul crystals piece by piece and activated them continuously. Mental strength rises with the tide. After just 2 minutes, all 15 soul crystals have been used up. The basic mental power has skyrocketed from 4,000 to 19,000. Plus equipment, a full 22,000 points of mental power. Among the professionals who are also level 30, Lin Moyu is undoubtedly the first. Then there's the soul gem. Compared with soul crystals, soul gems are 100 times more powerful. The natural recovery speed has been increased by 100 times, and the recovery of mental power has become faster. Whether it is the cultivation of skills or the ability to continue fighting, it will greatly increase. Now that the red light is soaring into the sky, within 10 days, there must be many people who will come to trouble themselves. Dragon professionals, abyssal demons, and possibly even human professionals. The temptation of the origin rune is too great. Battles may come one after another. He may not even have a little time to rest. The appearance of the soul gem made up for the problem of its mental power consumption. With 8 bottles of fatigue medicine in his body, Lin Moyu will not be afraid even if he fights continuously for 10 days and nights. The soul gem is like the most perfect sapphire. Exuding a faint light, pure and flawless. Lin Moyu admired it for a few seconds and activated it decisively. Spiritual power enveloped the soul gem. The soul gem made a soft bang, and exploded into a cloud of blue mist, which flew into Lin Moyu's spiritual world along with his spiritual power. Lin Moyu only felt a burst of coolness all over his body, and his whole consciousness entered a blue ocean. Moist, comfortable and warm. The originally depleted mental power began to recover rapidly. He unexpectedly entered a state of meditation without knowing it. After only 5 minutes, he came out of the meditative state again. The mental power consumed before has been fully recovered. Too strong. As soon as he enters the meditation state now, it is quite like meditating in a military training ground. And because of the increase in the base of mental power, the total amount recovered per unit time is much larger than before. Now as long as he is given a few minutes, he can completely recover most of his spiritual power through meditation. Enough to support one battle after another. The harvest after killing the soul-devouring worm mother is too great, too big to be estimated. With joy, Lin Moyu picked up the barbecue and prepared to eat it. Suddenly white light flashed. The skeleton armor automatically emerged, preventing Lin Moyu from touching the barbecue. There's something wrong with this barbecue. Lin Moyu believes that bone armor can do no wrong. TSK, 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 I didn't expect you to have such defensive skills. A sneer sounded. An abyssal demon appeared in the sky. This abyssal demon has a snake head and a body similar to a spider. The 3 hands and feet looked extremely weird. Abyss poison demon. Level, 50. Power, 30,000. Agility, 20,000. Spirit, 30,000. Physique, 30,000. Skills, poisoning, poisonous gas smoke, invisibility. Characteristics, possesses extremely strong toxicity and invisibility capabilities, and is immune to poisonous damage. The level 50 abyssal demon has a total attribute of 110,000. Among the 3 races of human race, dragon race and abyss demon, the abyss demon is the strongest in terms of attributes. The attributes of abyssal demons are stronger than those of elite monsters of the same level. Humans and dragons can only compete with the abyssal demons at the attribute level only after the state is filled up. The abyssal poison demon in front of him can poison it silently. And also stealth. If he didn't have bone armor, he might be poisoned. There are not many poison skills, each of which is very strange and powerful. The abyss poison demon's eyes were full of viciousness, and he couldn't stop spitting out snake letters in his mouth. How did a little guy at level 30 get into the ancient battlefield? And luck is so good, to be able to get the origin rune. Unfortunately, in the end it was cheaper for me. Boy, be afraid, tremble. I'll kill you, then swallow you whole, digest slowly. The abyss poisonous demon shouted and laughed loudly in the air, a little crazy. In its eyes, the origin rune is already in its pocket. Lin Moyu frowned slightly, this guy talks a lot. He was waiting for the abyss poisonous demon to come down. How to fight if you can't come down? I can't fly myself. Scared you silly. Ha 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 ha, it's your luck to die at the hands of this demon. Die, become the food of this demon. While Lin Moyu was waiting impatiently, the abyss poison demon finally rushed down. Halfway through, open your mouth and exhale Shi Qi. Ability, Poisonous Smoke. With a bang, the poisonous gas exploded and turned into a cloud of green smoke covering a radius of 100 meters. Swallow Lin Moyu completely. The abyss poisonous demon also rushed into the smoke. From the outside, Lei Lingli's situation could not be seen at all. Faintly, a little white light can be seen. Outside, screams could be heard coming from the poisonous fog. 10 seconds later, Lin Moyu walked out of the poisonous fog with a look of regret. The bone armor on his body exudes white light, isolating all the poisonous mist. He was lamenting the meat he had just roasted. It was poisoned and could not be eaten. Kill level 50 abyss poisonous demon, experience plus 2 million, military merit plus 2000. For level 50 abyssal demon, military merit has changed from 1000 to 2000. For Lin Moyu, this is good news. He felt that in the next few days, his military merits might increase substantially. 5 minutes after Lin Moyu left, the poisonous fog gradually dissipated. Ling Yizhan rushed over. They saw the abyssal poisonous demon from a distance just now, and they also saw the abyssal demon rushing into the poisonous fog and launching a fatal attack on Lin Moyu. They didn't come up to help. Finally, Lin Moyu was seen leaving the poisonous fog, while the abyssal demon did not come out. The poisonous fog dissipated, they came quickly and saw a corpse that had been chopped into pieces. The abyss poisonous demon has completely died. There seemed to be disbelief in his eyes. Seeing this scene, Ling Yizhan and others gasped. In the end, what happened? He's only level 30, how could he kill a level 50 abyss poisonous demon? Abyss poison demon is not easy to deal with, this poisonous mist is very troublesome. Could it be, he has something to hide the rank? It took only 10 seconds before and after the battle, and the speed was very fast. Ling Yizhan sighed, it seems that we have underestimated him, he has the qualifications to walk in the giant tongue battlefield. Those who can kill level 50 abyssal demons are naturally qualified to walk on the ancient battlefield. In the upper space of the ancient battlefield, monster levels range from 35 to 65. There are also those above level 65, and they are all boss. As long as you don't have an eye for provoking high-level monsters, be careful yourself. Level 50 abyssal demons, human professionals, and dragon professionals can all survive. It's just that it's not safe to be alone, especially for humans. Humans at level 50 can't fly yet, unlike abyssal demons and dragons, they can fly away when they see something wrong. Lin Moyu found another place to start the fire again. The stomach is still hungry, and it must be filled. Ling Yizhan and the others did not approach, keeping a distance of 1,000 meters, and followed. Primordial runes are extremely precious and rare, and they will not give up easily. This time, no one bothered, and Lin Moyu ate comfortably. Looking at the dry food in the storage space, he knew that he might not have time to eat barbecue in the future. Just got up, the earth shook. Lin Moyu happened to be standing on a small slope, and saw a group of monsters rushing towards him. There are all kinds of monsters. The detection technique flew out continuously. There are monsters from level 37, 38 to level 42, 43. None are above level 45. Hundreds of 990 monsters are running like crazy, and the target is themselves. Strange, could it be that the monsters in the ancient battlefield all want to steal the text? Lin Moyu frowned, and Bai Yuan didn't tell him about this. The group of monsters was getting closer, and Lin Moyu saw an abyssal demon above the group of monsters. This abyssal demon is a bit strange. The abyssal demons that Lin Moyu has seen all have strange shapes and ugly appearances. And this abyssal demon has a face similar to that of a human race, with extremely exquisite features. It is also a rare beauty in the human race. The ears are slightly pointed, and the skin is slightly darker. The figure is even more graceful and plump. There is also a long tail behind it, shaking in the wind, adding a bit of strange charm. When Lin Moyu saw her, she also saw Lin Moyu. He actually smiled coquettishly. The charming laughter spread far and far away. The sound was melodious, touching, and soul-stirring. The skeleton armor flickered at this moment. There was some kind of aggression in the charming laughter. The detection technique flew out. Abyss Succubus. Level, 50. Power, 20,000. Agility, 20,000. Spirit, 50,000. Physique, 20,000. Skills, Charm, Mental Shock. Characteristics, Charm controls life forms that are lower than the 5th level of itself, and it is invalid for bosses and bosses. Lin Moyu's heart shuddered. It turned out to be an Abyss Succubus. Su Wei, once one of the 12 members of the Xinxia Empire, seemed to be controlled by the Succubus King. It seems that the following monsters are also controlled by it. No wonder the maximum level of monsters is only 45, because the succubus can only control life forms lower than its own level 5. The charming laughter sounded again, this time it was closer and more powerful. And it's targeted. The succubus posed in the air, facing Lin Moyu. The bone armor is shining, blocking all attacks. Lin Moyu is more affected than this, and not to be indecent. Lin Moyu pointed out with his fingertips, and a white light suddenly appeared. Ability, Bone Fangs. 1,200 pale fangs roared away. The bone fangs are the same as the soul flame. A large part of the power of the skill is determined by the strength of the mental power. Lin Moyu's mental power has exploded from 7,000 to 22,000, a full threefold increase. The power of skills has also been greatly improved. Both the speed and the penetrating power of the skeletal fangs are far beyond the past. In an instant, he had crossed a distance of 100 meters and came to the Abyss Succubus. The Abyss Succubus screamed in panic and dodged quickly. It flies in the air and is very flexible. It's just that the fangs of the skeleton were too fast, and it didn't escape all of them. The body was immediately pierced by 3 skeletal fangs, and thick black blood flowed out from the wound. It was so frightened that it flew high and did not dare to fall. I am going to kill you. White light reappears. Lin Moyu pointed at it, like hitting a bird. The fangs of the skeleton shot out at once. The succubus flew in the air in fright. Ling Yizhan and others who were 1,000 meters away were stunned. The one flying in the sky is the Abyss Succubus? That's right, it's a succubus, but how I look at it, he seems to be hunting birds. What kind of skill is this? It looks amazing. I've never seen it before. It must be very powerful to scare a succubus like this. The succubus is not strong. What is strong is its charm and the large number of monsters it brings along. Earthquakes reached where they were. Everyone's complexion changed drastically. There are monsters coming, and there are many of them. Now he's in big trouble. The monster was indeed coming, and was rushing up the hillside where Lin Moyu was. General Lich appeared beside Lin Moyu. Just being a Lich general is enough. Lin Moyu never thought of revealing his full strength. There are still more than 9 days to come a little bit. The Undead Legion also appears along with the Lich General. The skeleton warriors rushed down the hillside to meet the monster. Skeleton mages have begun to set fire. The sky is full of red light. Skill, Curse of Damage. A bloody sword appeared above the heads of all the monsters. For Lin Moyu, numbers mean nothing. After Lin Moyu cast a curse, he continued to put bone fangs on the succubus. Birds. The abyss succubus screamed angrily, but had no choice but to take Lin Moyu. It doesn't have a strong attack ability, except for a mental impact skill. The strongest is charm. Charm has no effect on Lin Moyu, and the mental shock distance is too far to use. Fortunately, the man under his control arrived. Go to hell. The abyss succubus screamed angrily, and the voice came out, but it was a little soft, like coquettish. People can't help but feel soft when they hear it. It's a pity that Lin Moyu has a hard heart and is not moved at all. Skeleton warriors met the monsters that rushed to the forefront. The Lich General's staff was beaten, and all the skeleton divisions were added to the state. Skeleton warriors broke out their skills one after another. The skeleton mage also releases skills at the same time. Click to kill. The monsters rushing to the front had no time to react and were killed immediately. Boom! There was a loud bang. The earth shook violently. Flying in the air in the abyss, the succubus was taken aback. Bow one's head, it's a dead soul. What the hell is this? Why did more than half of the monsters I controlled died, and there were not many left? Then there were 2 more bangs. All the remaining monsters also died. The abyss succubus looked at Lin Moyu in horror. Who the hell are you? Lin Moyu smiled slightly. Professional human race. The power of the bone fangs is very satisfying. After the mental power skyrocketed, the power of the skeletal fangs did increase a lot, almost doubling by 0. Enough hunting birds, you can try the soul flame next. Seeing Lin Moyu's expression, the abyss succubus felt something was wrong. With a scream, he turned and fled. You can't escape. Palm flames burn. A tiny spark suddenly landed on the head of the abyss succubus. The unbearable pain went straight to the soul. The succubus screamed and almost fell from the air. It endured the severe pain, did not dare to turn its head, and flew towards the distance at the fastest speed in its life. Lin Moyu's eyes showed satisfaction, and the effect was very good. Another soul flame. The abyss succubus screamed again. It could be seen that it was trembling all over, but it didn't dare to stop at all. Stopping is not a matter of pain, but of dying. It flew 1,000 meters in one breath, out of Lin Moyu's skill range, and he was slightly relieved. This man is horrible. The succubus thought in her heart, keeping Lin Moyu firmly in her heart. Obviously only level 30, killing yourself is as easy as killing a chicken. The dozens of monsters that I had tried my best to control were eliminated in 2 or 3 strokes. Those hundreds of skeletons have terrifying group attack skills. No, I want to tell Lord Demon King about this. This human race is too scary, you must be careful. The succubus fled farther and farther, and disappeared into the sky. Lin Moyu sighed. If it doesn't come down, there's nothing he can do with it. If only I could fly. Taking back the undead army, Lin Moyu continued to move towards the center of the ancient battlefield with 2 little skeletons. It is not clear where the original space is. After 10 days, it will know. At that time, the source rune will point out the direction for itself. He wants the god's chosen secret realm in the central area to obtain divinity. Bai Yuan said, the sooner you get it, the better the effect. Now the experience has reached 45%, if you continue to kill monsters, you may be able to upgrade when you reach the central area. And in the central area, we must also look for the whereabouts of God's choice secret realm. Lin Moyu himself does not know how much time it will take. It has only been a few days since I came to the ancient battlefield, and there have been many changes. The original target was God's choice secret realm and Dragon Palace dungeon. Now 1.2 has a new target, the original space. Under the blood-red light, Lin Moyu strode forward without fear. Walking behind Lin Moyu, Ling Yizhan and others came to the hillside where Lin Moyu once stood. They saw the dense monster corpses under the hillside. How did he? I can't imagine. Me too. This battle lasts up to 5 minutes. Captain, you said change us, can we do it? The corner of Ling Yizhan's mouth twitched twice. What a fart. Even if these monsters can be killed, at least they have to go through a big battle. In addition, there are still succubi in the sky, let's say, at least half an hour. Ling Yizhan has confidence in the fighting power of his team, but he will not be blindly confident. On the ancient battlefield, blind self-confidence is death. At this time someone asked, "Captain, we didn't see the soul-devouring insect king in the soul-eating insect territory before, do you think it will be?" Ling Yizhan was so surprised that his face changed unpredictably. Now that he thinks about it, this possibility is really possible. If even the soul-eater insect king can be killed, what is the true strength of silence? This is a dragon in sheep's clothing. It is conceivable what will happen to those who follow the origin rune. Ling Yizhan continued to follow behind Lin Moyu. At this time, their mentality has long changed. I have long given up thinking about being a squirrel, and I will not do unrealistic things. They just wanted to see how Lin Moyu pushed him all the way. Ling Yizhan has a feeling. Lin Moyu is deliberately pretending that he is weak, that he is only level 30. Just wait for those who are not long-sighted to deliver to your door. I hope there will be no problems in our human race. Another thought is that I hope that no one from the race will kill Lin Moyu. With Lin Moyu's current character and means, he will not be soft. Ling Yizhan had already forgotten that he also had the Sacred Heart for a moment. Now that I think about it, fortunately I didn't do it. Otherwise, my team probably wouldn't even exist. Just as he was thinking, he turned a corner and suddenly stopped. Lin Moyu was standing in front of him, as if he was waiting for him. Ling Yizhan swallowed his saliva. "Brother, how are you?" Several people looked at their captain strangely, they didn't expect his captain to have such a side. Lin Moyu asked, "Senior, how to get to the central area of the upper space?" Lin Moyu knew that Ling Yizhan and others followed him all the time. The huge mental power makes his senses very sharp. Unless you have stealth skills, it's not easy to hide from his induction. As for the thoughts of Ling Yizhan and other 02 people, there are only a few kinds. Lin Moyu doesn't mind, as long as he doesn't provoke himself, he won't bother. Facing Lin Moyu's question, Ling Yizhan pointed in a direction, "There." "Thank you, senior." Lin Moyu was very polite, turned and left after finishing speaking. When the two skeletons walked with him, they made a clicking sound, which fell in Ling Yizhan's ears. For some reason, he felt a little flustered. After Lin Moyu left, Ling Yizhan couldn't help asking himself, why should I be afraid of him? After thinking and thinking, Ling Yizhan did not find the answer. Perhaps it was what Lin Moyu did that subtly affected him. "Captain, since we don't want to seize the origin rune, why should we follow him?" Some teammates don't quite understand Ling Yizhan's approach. Ling Yizhan thought for a while, "I want to witness a piece of history." Lin Moyu kept going. The light of the origin rune is like a recruiter. Attracted a lot of attention. As he continued to move forward, this range continued to expand, attracting more and more attention. A team of professionals from the dragon race came over. Just the Sixers. When he saw Lin Moyu, who was only level 30, he showed a bloodthirsty light. The human race is an enemy, and they would kill each other when they met. What's more, now that Lin Moyu still has the origin rune on his body, there are even more reasons to kill him. Since they jumped down from the air, they didn't pay much attention to Lin Moyu, who was only level 30. When the curse fell, rows of skeletal fangs pierced their bodies. Skeleton warriors cut off their wings, but their spells overwhelmed them. In less than 2 minutes, the dragon team was completely wiped out. 2 minutes, that is the time for dragon knights to use their protective skills. When the defense is broken, it means death. The skeletons simply stripped off their equipment. That movement is so skilled that it makes people feel distressed, which shows that Lin Moyu is already a habitual offender. And Lin Moyu only summoned an army of undead. Didn't really contribute. For 3 consecutive days, there were teams of dragons and groups of abyssal demons. They were all like flies smelling the smell of meat, rushing over quickly, rushing over to die. Before he knew it, Lin Moyu's sergeant badge turned golden. finally changed from a second lieutenant to a colonel. 100,000 military merit is the colonel. Although he is a colonel, he has no stars. To get the first star, you need 1 million military merits. Military ranks range from sergeant with 100 military merits per star to second lieutenant with 10,000 military merits per star. When you reach colonel, you need 1 million military merits to increase to 1 star. It is calculated as high-level demons above level 40 and below level 50. You need to kill 1,000 to get 1 star. If you want to kill demons above level 50, you need to kill 500 demons for 2,000 military merits. So repeated accumulation, and then promoted to God General. For ordinary professionals, it is extremely difficult. In the Xinxia Empire, there are very few God Generals. Not to mention the generals, Gao Xing's colonels, are rare. Now Lin Moyu's military merit has reached 103,000. There is still a long way to go before the 1-star colonel. Although he has no stars yet, the golden rank of colonel already means that he is qualified to set foot on the 6th, 7th, and 8th forts. On the battlefield outside the 6, 7, and 8 fortresses, there are more demons, and it is easier to obtain military merit. Lin Moyu is getting closer and closer to the central area. The number of monsters along the road is also increasing, and the level is also increasing rapidly. On the 4th day, the level of monsters along the way generally exceeded level 45. Level 50 monsters even started to appear. According to what Bai Yuan said, in the central area, monsters above level 55 abound. These monsters are powerful and dangerous, and Bai Yuan also suffered a lot back then. Lin Moyu kept that in mind and did not take it lightly. Ling Yizhan followed Lin Moyu for 3 days and witnessed how Lin Moyu pushed him all the way. Whether it's the Abyss Demon or the professional dragon team, Lin Moyu can't last more than 5 minutes. In the 3 days, there was also a team of human race professionals. But after seeing Lin Moyu, who is also a human race, they all retreated quickly, without any intention of fighting. The vast majority of human races are united. Otherwise, it would be impossible to persist until now under the attack of the Abyss Demon. Strange, why is there no one today? For 3 days in a row, people kept coming. But on the 4th day, no one came. Very strange. Not only Lin Moyu felt strange, but Ling Yizhan and others who followed behind also felt strange. Half a day has passed, neither the Abyssal Demons nor the Dragon Professionals team have come over. Something's wrong. Not only is there no one, there are no blame. In the past 2 hours, I haven't seen a single monster. Something is wrong. Lin Moyu suddenly became vigilant. Ling Yizhan followed from a distance, and when Lin Moyu was vigilant, he also realized that something was wrong. They are old people from the ancient battlefield, and they have stayed here for nearly 2 years. Know many secrets of the ancient battlefield. The ancient battlefield seems to be changing all the time, and many changes have occurred in recent decades. People like Bai Yuan who haven't been to the ancient battlefield for a long time will not know. The situation in front of him made Ling Yizhan think of a possibility. Back! Ling Yizhan roared, and flew back. His team members also flew back together, not daring to stop for a moment. Someone seemed to think of something. Captain, you said this is its territory? Ling Yizhan nodded. Yes, that's the only possibility. Look at that high mountain in the distance, does it look like it? About a kilometer away, there is a 100-meter high mountain. Straight and straight. But if you look closely, it's a little abnormal. The mountains are too smooth, unusually smooth. Then what should he do? Ling Yizhan yelled at Lin Moyu, there is danger here, go. He had already run away and found that Lin Moyu didn't respond. There was a flash of struggle in Ling Yizhan's eyes. You go back first, I'll go and talk to him. After he finished speaking, he turned and ran back. Quickly ran to Lin Moyu, there is danger here, go. Danger 027? Lin Moyu has realized that something is wrong. The roar sounded, and the earth began to shake violently, like an earthquake. Ling Yizhan's complexion changed drastically, his face was ashen. Oops, it's too late. Footsteps sounded, and the teammates of Ling Yizhan all ran back. Ling Yizhan said anxiously, "What are you doing back here?" Several people laughed and said, "Captain, we can't leave you alone. That is, if we come out together, we will go back together. They are all from the same college. They are both classmates and comrades in arms. Naturally, they cannot be separated." It's easy to say, but it can be seen that each of them has serious eyes. Ready to fight to the death. The high mountain 100 meters away suddenly collapsed. The boulder that collapsed hit like a bullet meteorite. Not only fast but also powerful. The two skeleton warriors were knocked into the air at the same time, and Lin Moyu put them away in a flash. The boulder hit it and was blocked by the skeleton armor. The skeletal armor creaked, and the boulder was too powerful to be unusually large. It's not like the power carried by a normal landslide at all. Defense. Ling Yizhan roared fiercely. Skill, group protection. The knights in the team released their skills to form a shield to resist the flying boulders. The shield was deformed by the boulder, as if it would collapse at any time. He clenched his teeth, holding on to his skills. The mountain collapsed, and a huge monster appeared in Lin Moyu's sight. Half of the monster is hidden under the ground, and half of its body is on the ground. Just this half of the body is 70 or 80 meters high. Shaped like a centipede, Tianji's mid-foot is waving in the air. It was hidden in the high mountains just now, and it shattered the high mountains when it moved. The earth touches the dragon god. Ling Yizhan's face turned pale, and the hand holding the sword was trembling slightly. What a big monster! Lin Moyu was secretly surprised. Only 70 or 80 meters are exposed outside. If all of them are exposed, it is afraid that it will be close to 200 meters. This is the biggest monster he has ever seen. The general monster shape also determines the strength level. Such a huge monster is undoubtedly boss. The gust of wind came whistling, carrying a stench, and even breathing became difficult. The space they are in has been separated independently, and a radius of several kilometers has become a closed world. That world is gradually being separated from the ancient battlefield, forming a space like a secret realm. The eyes of Ling Yizhan and others were filled with despair. It's really the earth touching the dragon god. This is dead. I didn't expect that we would die in the hands of the earth-touching dragon god. Looking at the boss not far away, Ling Yizhan had a creepy feeling. Do you feel that the abyssal demons who came over these 2 days seem to deliberately lead us in this direction? Jing Ling Yizhan said so. It seems to be true. Lin Moyu thought about the situation in the past 2 days. Waves of abyssal demons came over, each time causing him to change his direction slightly. Gradually it got here. Someone deliberately led himself here, but he didn't notice it. At an altitude thousands of meters away from the earth-touching dragon god. The succubus, who narrowly escaped death in the hands of Lin Moyu, is holding a black gemstone. The image of the succubus king is projected on the gemstone. The succubus king's soft and charming voice sounded, "Alice, did you succeed?" The succubus named Alice nodded vigorously. "The great king has succeeded. Lin Moyu has entered the territory of the earth-touching dragon god, and the earth-touching dragon god has also awakened. He is dead." Succubus Wang Jiao laughed. "Well done, he is the top genius in this generation of the human race. Now that he died on the ancient battlefield, even if he can be resurrected, he will never be a member of the unregimented group again. After it dies, the earth-touching dragon god will move its place, and then you can go and get the origin rune. Remember, don't touch it." Alice immediately said respectfully, "Obey, great king." The image disappears. Alice put away the black gemstone, and looked in the direction of the earth-touching dragon god. Lin Moyu can also be vaguely seen. There was fear and hatred in its eyes. The slender waist slowly twisted, and the tail behind him swung back and forth quickly because of the excitement. "You are dead. The earth-touching dragon god has just recovered and is still roaring." Ling Yizhan spoke quickly. The earth-touching dragon god is a very terrifying boss in the ancient battlefield. Usually it is in a deep sleep, and only wakes up when it needs to eat or when someone approaches it. When it wakes up, it will turn its surroundings into a secret realm, and all life forms in the secret realm will become its food. Lin Moyu nodded slightly, and the detection technique went with the wind. The earth touches the dragon god, world boss. Level, 58. Strength, 120000. Agility, 120000. Spirit, 80,000. Physique, 120000. Skills, deadly poisonous mist, cutting, sweeping. Characteristics, immune to poisonous elements, physical damage reduced by 30%, elemental damage reduced by 30%. The total attributes reached 440,000. It is 140,000 higher than the level 55 Soul Eater. It is also a full 40,000 higher than the level 56 Soul Eating Worm Mother. Far beyond the attributes of skeleton warriors. Considering the particularity of the Soul Eating Worm Mother, no reference comparison can be made. Compared with the level 55 Soul Eater, the dragon god of Earth Touch is not known how much stronger it is. But if you say you can't fight, Lin Moyu doesn't think so. Totally give it a try. Is there any benefit in killing it? Lin Moyu asked in a low voice. Ling Yizhan never expected that Lin Moyu would ask such a question. From Lin Moyu's eyes, he didn't see the slightest panic, but a kind of excitement that was eager to try. Ling Yizhan felt that Lin Moyu was a lunatic, and he was going crazy with him. Gritting his teeth tightly, earth-touching dragon god is a world-class boss, and it does drop some special items, the most useful of which is the highly poisonous gem. Oh, what's the use of highly poisonous gems? Lin Moyu asked, with interest already in his eyes. Ling Yizhan said, I don't know the specifics, anyway, the highly poisonous gems are very useful. But the earth-touching dragon god is too difficult to kill. That's a world-class boss. World-class bosses are really hard to kill, and Lin Moyu has only killed a few of them. From the tyrant in the dungeon, to the ghost king in the Yuan battlefield, to the soul-eating worm mother killed a few days ago. They were all killed by him. Although the earth-touching dragon god in front of him looks very powerful, if it really fights. There was a little despair in the eyes of Ling Yizhan and others, but more of Zhan's belief. As a Xinxia person, as a student of Xiaojing Academy and Creation Academy, the top geniuses of their generation, it would be impossible for them to disarm and wait to die. Even if you want to die, you will die in battle. You have to eat a piece of meat from the earth-touching dragon god before you die. Fighting spirit has been burning. Ling Yizhan gripped the knight's long sword tightly. Student, let's fight against the earth dragon god together. Lin Moyu shook his head. Back away, the farther you back, the better. Ling Yizhan was slightly taken aback. Lin Moyu, what does this mean? Squeak. A sharp cry sounded, and the earth-touching dragon god was fully awakened. It jumped out of the ground, and its insect legs the size of stone pillars swept towards it. Defense. Ling Yizhan's complexion changed drastically, and he quickly stood in front of everyone. Lin Moyu pressed his hand and put a layer of bone armor on himself. Bang bang bang. There are a large number of insect legs, 50 or 60 pairs. Sweeping like the autumn wind sweeping the fallen leaves, the speed is fast. The bone armor made a crisp sound, and its strength was rapidly decreasing. The attack of the earth-touching dragon god is very powerful. The power attribute of 120,000 is not empty. Just one attack will almost destroy the skeleton armor. Lin Moyu hurriedly put on the bone armor again on himself. Look at Ling Yizhan and others. They were attacked at the same time, and they flew upside down dozens of meters away, falling to the ground one by one in a panic. The therapist struggled to get up and treat everyone. It could be seen that his face was full of horror. These few people are only around level 50, how to deal with the world boss of level 58, this is a deadly situation. Ling Yizhan barely stood up, the sound just now had already caused him to be seriously injured. Stay back, don't get accidentally hurt. Lin Moyu's voice came faintly. Then, under the sight of Ling Yizhan and others, Lin Moyu raised his hand. Red light fell all over the sky. Skill, slow curse. The earth-touching dragon god, which was running around at high speed, slowed down suddenly. Not only is it slow, but also the post-war people. They are not Lin Moyu's teammates, and the slow curse has a large range of skills, and even they are covered. Undo the curse. Ling Yizhan understood the meaning of Lin Moyu's words. The therapist immediately lifted everyone's curse. At this time, the earth-touching dragon god has already set his sights on Lin Moyu, this little guy who dared to curse himself. As for Ling Yizhan and others, they were not taken seriously by it at all. Ling Yizhan and the others took the opportunity to retreat further and further away. When retreating, Ling Yizhan stared at Lin Moyu closely. I don't know how Lin Moyu will respond. 10 Lich generals appeared at the same time, followed by the undead army. At the same time, the Lich general raised his staff high, and the white light soared into the sky, and the legion was strengthened. All skeleton attributes have been greatly increased. So much, Ling Yizhan and the others were shocked. They know that Lin Moyu can summon an army of undead. They have also seen these days. However, in the past few days, what Lin Moyu summoned was only an army of undead. Only 300 skeletons. It can't be compared with now at all. With so many skeletons, each one is very powerful. The hearts of Ling Yizhan and others, who were already desperate, once again ignited hope. The skeleton warriors rushed towards the earth-touching dragon god collectively. Even if you are the world boss, so what? The skeletons, the ones with money, are not afraid at all. The skills of the skeleton mage have already landed on the earth-touching dragon god one step ahead. The characteristic of reducing elemental damage by 30%, coupled with the strong and thick carapace, the damage caused by the attack of the skeleton mage is not high. Affected by the curse, the speed of the earth touching the dragon god was 60 times slower. It is very uncomfortable with the current speed, staring at Lin Moyu, the culprit, and roaring angrily. It ignored the skeleton mage's attack and rushed towards Lin Moyu. In its view, the curse is more uncomfortable than those spell damage. It carried a huge force, and the soldiers blocking the road were knocked away one after another. This time it is not a special effect of skills, but a comprehensive crushing of strength. Hundreds of huge worm feet swung like knives, and the skeleton warrior couldn't block its 120,000 point power, and retreated as soon as it touched it, and was injured. The Lich general used legion healing to heal the skeletons. Lin Moyu is not idle either. Against such a powerful world boss, he naturally couldn't just ignore it. In the palm of the hand, the flame was burning fiercely. Skill, soul fire at the earth-touching dragon god let out a scream. The soul flame made it feel unprecedented pain. The hatred in his eyes was even stronger, and he bumped his head against Lin Moyu with a big knife. The skeleton armor exploded with dazzling white light. The more dazzling the light of the skeleton armor, the greater the damage it has suffered. There were crackling sounds in the white light, and Lin Moyu saw dense cracks appearing on the bone armor. The attack of the earth-touching dragon god is too strong, and it is the only strong one seen except for the Flame Demon King. Bone armor can only take one hit. The second blow will shatter. The earth-touching dragon god is not only strong in attack, but also strong in defense. Only the 30% reduction in physical damage and the 30% reduction in elemental damage are enough to cause headaches. The increase of Lich General is equivalent to none. In the end, Lin Moyu felt that his level was low. At level 30, it's a disadvantage. If you can go 10 levels higher and complete the second turn at level 40, it will be much easier. It's pointless to say these things. Lin Moyu immediately reapplied the bone armor on himself, using himself as a meat shield, attracting the firepower of the earth-touching dragon god. The skeleton warriors took the opportunity to climb onto the huge body of the earth-touching dragon god. The big knife clanged down like iron. The damage that normal attacks can do to the earth-touching dragon god is not high. The skeleton warriors didn't use skills, Lin Moyu's mind controlled them. The soul flames followed one after another, and every attack would make the earth-touching dragon god scream incessantly. The earth-touching dragon god's hatred for Lin Moyu is getting deeper and deeper, and he doesn't care about the skeleton warriors crawling all over his body. It also turned a blind eye to the attack of the skeleton mage. It is now 287, thinking how to kill Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu keeps refreshing the bone armor. Now it has enough mental power, and its recovery speed is amazing, so it can survive. If it were changed to before, it would be absolutely impossible to do so. Ling Yizhan and the others were stunned. Earth touches the dragon god. Can you still fight like this? What kind of profession is it? It's tougher than a knight. It's too scary to think of yourself as a meat shield. Captain, if you replace it with Nang, how long can you last? Ling Yizhan shouted angrily, hang on a few times, I'll be dead long ago. There's so much nonsense, hurry up, back to the very edge, don't forget the earth-touching dragon god skill. Several people were terrified and hurriedly backed away. The skill of the earth-touching dragon god. The pair of insect feet at the front of the earth-touching dragon god, which is also the largest pair, suddenly burst into brilliant light. Skill, cut. The insect feet turned into indestructible sharp blades, cutting Lin Moyu crazily. The bone armor kept ringing, and it was about to burst in the blink of an eye. Skill attack, more powerful. Lin Moyu's eyes were calm, and he used the bone armor continuously, blocking the attack of the earth-touching dragon god 3 times in a row. Finally, all the skeleton warriors were in place. On the back of the earth-touching dragon god, there were skeleton warriors in every position. There are at least 1,000 skeleton war kings crawling on the body of the earth-touching dragon god hundreds of meters away. Skills change instantly. As soon as the red light, Akfa, fell, it changed from a curse of slowing down to a curse of damage. Damage increased by 10 times. At the same time, Lin Moyu gave the order. Skill, Crazy Strike. Thousands of skeleton warriors burst out their skills at the same time. With the damage curse, 10 times the damage. Break the defense instantly. The earth-touching dragon god's carapace was broken, and wounds were smashed out. At the same time, the attack of the skeleton mage also arrived. With the 10 times increase of the damage curse, the attack of the skeleton mage also caused a lot of damage to it. Lin Moyu didn't stay idle either, he raised one hand and aimed his fingers at the earth-touching dragon god like a pistol. Ability, Bone Fangs. The skeletal fangs erupted at close range. 1,200 bone fangs instantly penetrated the earth and touched the dragon god, and shot out from the other side of the body, spilling the emperor's blood. The damage of each bone fang is not as good as the soul flame. But if they are combined together and burst out at close range, the total damage is much higher than the soul flame. Of the 1,200 bone fangs, none of the earth-touching dragon gods will fall, and they all bear it. Then, wave after wave, the skeletal fangs continued to shoot out. One blood hole after another was punched in the body of the earth-touching dragon god. The earth-touching dragon god kept screaming, and his body twirled crazily. Skill, Sweep. It flies in place like a spinning top. Get rid of most of the skeleton warriors on your body. The skeleton warriors on the ground were also knocked into the air one after another. Huge power erupted at this moment, and the skeleton warriors were injured one after another. The Lich General started treatment quickly to ensure the skeleton warrior's ability to continue fighting. The earth-touching dragon god has wounds all over his body, and he looks miserable. It roared angrily, and sprayed out a large amount of green poisonous mist from its body. Ability, Deadly Poison Mist. The poisonous fog enveloped a radius of several thousand meters. And with the movement of the earth-touching dragon god, the range of the poisonous mist is constantly changing. The earth melted and decayed in the poisonous mist. The power of the poisonous mist is unimaginable. Lin Moyu stood in the poisonous fog, his skeleton armor gleaming, and the pressure was not too great. In his eyes, the seemingly powerful poisonous mist is not as good as the direct attack of the earth-touching dragon god just now. The existence of elemental resistance reduces the elemental damage by a full 4 times. The same is true for the skeletons. Although they are constantly suffering damage from poisonous elements, General Lich can heal them, making them harmless. What the skeletons are more afraid of is the powerful single-target attack, which can cause a lot of damage in an instant, or even kill them instantly. For this kind of continuous damage, before level 30 is afraid. But when the Lich General appeared, he almost ignored it. Moreover, Lich General has a physique of 100,000, and after the increase, his physique exceeds 130,000. It is more difficult to kill it than to kill a skeleton. The skeleton warriors who were thrown away rushed back again. The skeleton mage's attacks never stopped. The flames in Lin Moyu's palms beat, and the soul flames continued to attack the earth-touching dragon god. Ling Yizhan and others who stood at the edge of the space army swallowed their saliva continuously. The fog blocked their view and they couldn't see what was going on inside. But the continuous roar of the earth-touching dragon god can be heard. The battle is still going on, not over. All they can do now is pray that Lin Moyu can make it through. Otherwise, not only Lin Moyu will die, they will die too. Even if they couldn't see it, Ling Yizhan and the others still stared at the poisonous mist without blinking, not daring to relax in the slightest. Can he make it through? Up to now, the only thing I can do is trust him. Captain, do you regret coming back? Actually, we could have run out at that time. Do you regret it? Ling Yizhan immediately had the answer, I don't regret it. Even though I had bad thoughts at first, I figured it out later. We are all humans, and we should help each other. What's more, he is still our junior. Even if he really wants to die in battle, it will be me, the senior, who will rush to the front. At this time, the knight in the team laughed and said, What are you talking about? We should be the ones who want to rush to the front, although you are the captain and more support, you must be at the back. Several people laughed loudly, as if they ignored the danger at this moment. In the poisonous fog, the earth-touching dragon god became more and more crazy. It suddenly aimed at a skeleton warrior, and its pair of front feet were shining brightly. Skill, cut. The forefoot cuts wildly like a magic weapon. In an instant, a skeleton warrior was cut into pieces. Die. Lin Moyu sighed in his heart, finally being discovered by it. I firmly attracted its firepower, because I knew from the beginning that the opponent's single-target skill was enough to instantly kill the skeleton warrior. That's why Lin Moyu acted as a meat shield himself. The earth touched the dragon god and instantly killed a skeleton warrior so fiercely he rushed towards the skeleton mage. It knows that skeleton mages are more vulnerable. Spread. With Lin Moyu's thoughts, the skeleton mages immediately dispersed. He also cast Slow Curse at the same time. The earth-touching dragon god slowed down again. The skeleton mage quickly dispersed. The speed of the earth-touching dragon god decreased, and the light on his body flourished. Skill, sweep. It rolled over as if falling off, but a few skeletons did not open up and were swept away. Immediately flew backwards, the body disintegrated in midair. Die. The skeleton mage also suffered casualties. It's still almost level. Lin Moyu knew it was impossible. Release skeletons from the summoning space to fill the void. Now it's time to grind, to see who can grind to death. Or because the level is a little too low. Lin Moyu believes that if he is at level 40 now, he will definitely not play so hard. The skeleton mage has the weakest physique, and the mopping skills of the earth-touch dragon god can kill several of them. The skeleton mages ran away one after another, expanding their range to prevent the earth-touching dragon god from having a chance to kill in groups. Under the curse, the speed of the earth-touching dragon god has dropped too much, and it will take a lot of time to catch up with one. Skeleton warriors ran over and stepped on its back one after another, and then smashed it with knives. Although the damage is not large, it can also cause a little damage. The whole battle scene has become a war of attrition in which you chase me and flee. Lin Moyu keeps using the soul flame, and every time the soul flame can make the earth touch the dragon god scream. Soul injury is too painful, whether it is a person, a monster, or a demon, it is unbearable. The poisonous fog is still going on, but in front of Lich General's healing technique, there is no difference between the poisonous fog and no poisonous fog. The dragon god who touched the earth suddenly turned around, raised his body high, and his huge body over 100 meters was like a high mountain. It aimed at a Lich General, and swooped down, its front glowing. Skill, cut. With a loud bang, General Lich was knocked into the air. Received a skill attack and was seriously injured. Immediately afterwards, a series of healing techniques lit up on it. The other 9 Lich Generals treated it at the same time. Healed almost instantly. The skill of Earth-touching Dragon God cannot instantly kill Lich General. As long as it can't be killed in seconds, it can be saved. When the skeletons die, 1 Lin Moyu will be replenished. It seems that they can't finish killing. The Earth-touching Dragon God kept using his skills to instantly kill one skeleton warrior after another, and he kept chasing down the mage. It runs around, getting less and less efficient. Lin Moyu has also gotten used to its attack rhythm. Later, when it was about to catch up with the skeleton mage, Lin Moyu would ask the Lich General to put the skeleton mage away so that it would be empty. After so many times, the Earth-touching Dragon God no longer attacked the skeleton mage, but started to deal with the skeleton warrior. At this time Lin Moyu put away the skeleton warriors again, leaving only those on the back of the Earth-touching Dragon God. The Earth-touching Dragon God is too capable of running. Although there are many skeleton warriors on the ground, there are not many who can attack it. It's better to put it away and leave what is really useful. In fact, when the poisonous mist loses its due effect, it is already doomed to die. It's just because his physique is too strong and his defense is too strong, it takes time to grind. Lin Moyu stood in the center of the battlefield, constantly using the soul flame. Without the skeleton, the Earth-touching Dragon God once again turned his attention to Lin Moyu. This guy is so hateful, standing there without moving, but can always hurt me. The Earth-touching Dragon God has low intelligence, and Lin Moyu has become its thorn in the side again. It launched a fierce attack towards Lin Moyu again. But they didn't find that the skeleton warriors that had been put away before were being released one by one. These skeleton warriors jumped onto its back lightly. The Earth-touching Dragon God is too big, and the skeleton warrior is too small compared to it. After jumping on it, it didn't feel at all. Finally, its back was covered with skeleton warriors again. Preparations for the second round of skill explosions have also been completed. This scene is very similar to the scene 10 minutes ago. Slow Curse instantly transforms into Damage Curse. Ability, Bone Fangs. Skill, Frenzied Strike. The skills of Lin Moyu and Skeleton Warrior erupted simultaneously. This time, Lin Moyu's skills exploded even more violently, at least 3 skeletal fangs per second. Under the curse of injury, the Earth-touching Dragon God was broken again. Skeleton Warrior's skills, Skeleton Mage's focused fire attack, and Lin Moyu's bone fangs all deal great damage to it. Especially Lin Moyu's skeletal fangs. At least 10 waves burst out within 3 seconds. The earth touched the dragon god's skin, and his flesh was ripped open, blood spilled into the sky. The green blood spilled on the ground, and the ground was corroded. It ran wildly, cut, swept, and spit out more poisonous mist. But in Lin Moyu's eyes, it is already the final battle. At this time its strength has been much weaker than before. Attacks are also not as powerful as before. Even one cut failed to kill the skeleton warrior in seconds. Its strength is getting weaker and weaker, and its cry is getting lighter and lighter. A few minutes later, Indie Dragon God was on the verge of dying. Suddenly, it started digging like crazy. Under the shroud of poisonous mist, large areas of the earth were corroded and became as soft as tofu. In the blink of an eye, its head had already penetrated into the ground. Lin Moyu reacted quickly, "This guy is going to escape." Beautiful thinking. With a thought, the skeleton warriors grabbed it and dragged it back. The curse of damage was replaced by the curse of slowing down again, delaying time. Thousands of skeletons grabbed the earth-touching dragon god's insect feet and dragged it up from the ground. Why do high-level bosses like to run away? This is the case with the soul-devouring insect king, and now the earth dragon god is also the same. He still prefers the boss in the dungeon, fighting to the death without retreating. He saves effort, and the opponent dies happily. If this makes him get into the ground, it will be difficult to catch him back. It has been almost 20 minutes since the war started. Let him escape again like this. Lin Moyu feels unwilling to think about it. The earth-touching dragon god was struggling unwillingly, but unfortunately its power emperor was not strong enough. More than 2,000 skeleton warriors, half of them are holding on to its insect feet, and the other half are pressing on its back. Attacks continue all the time. Lin Moyu walked up to it and pointed his finger at its head. Die. Chanting softly, the curse changes. The last round of attacks broke out. Skeleton fangs, a violent blow, and the mage focused fire. Kill the dragon, god of the earth, experience, plus 58000000. Obtain the sword of touching dragon god. Obtain the shield of the dragon god. Obtain the dragon touching robe. Obtain a highly poisonous gem. Acquire highly poisonous crystals. Sword of touching dragon god, for swordsman only, platinum level weapon, all attributes, plus 3000. Swordsman skills increase by 90%. Additional skills, poisonous. Very poisonous, the attack is accompanied by poisonous elements, poisoning the target, causing damage equivalent to 1000 points of strength per second and lasting for 1 minute. Aegis of the Dragon God, only for knights, platinum level weapon, all attributes, plus 3000, defense skills increased by 90%. Additional skill, poison gas shield. Poison gas shield, a poison gas shield is formed within 5 minutes, the defense power is equivalent to the user's physique, the attacker will be attacked by poison gas, causing damage equivalent to 1000 points of power per second, the duration is 1 minute, and the cooling time is 5 minutes. Dragon God Robe, for mages only, platinum level armor, all attributes, plus 1500, mage skills casting speed increased by 50%, additional skills, poison gas shield. Poison gas shield, form a shield equivalent to 10,000 points of physical fitness, with a duration of 5 minutes and a cooldown of 5 minutes. Very poisonous gem, permanently reduce the damage of poisonous elements by 50%, and have a chance to obtain a poisonous element skill. Toxic crystal, it can be combined with other single-element crystals to form the divine elemental stone, increasing the probability of career advancement at the 3rd turn. The more elements you fuse, the stronger the effect of the divine stone. Can also be used alone to permanently increase resistance to poisonous elements. After being used alone, it is no longer possible to get the help of the divine elemental stone. Although it's hard work, seeing these gains makes me feel worth it. Not counting the 3 top-level platinum equipment, the highly poisonous gemstones among them are priceless treasures. Permanently reduce the damage of poisonous elements by 50%, if combined with your own elemental resistance passive skills. In the end, the damage received from the poison element was reduced by a full 8 times. If you are lucky, you can get a poison element skill. That would be real money. Holding the highly poisonous crystal in your hand, the dark green gem seems to have liquid flowing inside, which is so beautiful that it makes people tremble. Lin Moyu didn't expect that he could get elemental crystals here. Only now did he know that elemental crystals do not necessarily have to be obtained through dungeons. From the world boss, it is possible to obtain elemental crystals. The teacher must have never killed the earth-touching dragon god, otherwise he would have told me. Bai Yuan never mentioned to Lin Moyu about the god of earth touching the dragon, otherwise there would definitely be a warning. The ancient battlefield is too large, and there are many world-class BOs. Even if you have been here for many years, it is impossible to touch every boss once. The earth touched the dragon god and died, and the poisonous mist gradually subsided. Ling Yizhan and others saw Lin Moyu standing on the ground. In front of Lin Moyu is the huge body of the earth-touching dragon god. Lin Moyu lowered his head, unharmed. At this moment, Lin Moyu gave Ling Yizhan and others a completely different feeling. Lin Moyu seems to be a giant standing on top of the sky, stepping on the corpse of the world boss, looking down on the sky and the earth. He really did. It's too strong. I'm afraid no one will be able to single out the earth-touching dragon god. I've never seen it anyway. The separated independent space gradually disappears. Once again, I saw the strange light of the ancient battlefield. The light above the ancient battlefield is changing. Then, Lin Moyu saw the change this time, and also saw the succubus Alice in the air. At this moment, Alice had a panicked expression, full of disbelief. Immediately afterwards, she let out a scream and fled quickly in terror, not daring to look back for a second. It turned out to be her fault. Lin Moyu understood why he came here and met the earth-touching dragon god. This is the guy who did it. Stop. Ling Yizhan and others ran over, but were stopped by Lin Moyu. Don't come here, the earth here is poisonous. Lin Moyu pointed to the ground. Ling Yizhan and other talents discovered that the land here is different from other places. The color is darker, an eerie shade of green. If you look closely, you can also see wisps of smoke coming out. This place is polluted by the toxins of the earth-touching dragon god, and will become a highly poisonous place for a long time. The skeleton armor gleamed, protecting Lin Moyu and walking out of this land. Ling Yizhan and the others also came around. Student, thank you. If it wasn't for Lin Moyu, they would be dead this time. But it was also because of Lin Moyu, otherwise they could have escaped. Lin Moyu shook his head. You're welcome, if you don't run back, nothing will happen. Lin Moyu saw the matter of Ling Yizhan running back. Although he didn't say anything, he knew it in his heart. It's recognized them. No matter what happened before, at least for now, these seniors are not bad. In the battle with the earth-touching dragon god, it participated in the whole battle, which consumed a lot of mental power. Moreover, 168 skeletons were lost, and 18 skeleton mages were also lost. Destroy nearly half of the 173 undead army. It can be regarded as relatively large damage. It needs to be supplemented. Lin Moyu walked out of the poisonous land, found a flat place, and sat down. Two skeletons stood next to Lin Moyu, one on the left and the other on the right, while he closed his eyes and quickly entered a state of meditation. This is also a kind of practice, and meditation is performed quickly after the battle to recover. Not wasting any time, this can greatly enhance your ability to continue fighting. 10 minutes later, Lin Moyu woke up, his mental strength had fully recovered. He glanced at Ling Yizhan and the others. They didn't come over, but were studying something on the side of the earth-touching dragon god. It seems that a weapon was also used. Lin Moyu summoned the skeleton warriors one by one. With the effect of the title, it only takes 500 points of mental power to recruit a skeleton warrior. Lin Moyu summoned 20 in one breath, and then began to meditate. He has always maintained more than half of his spiritual power. Going back and forth like this, in less than 2 hours, the skeleton warriors have been fully replenished. The next step is to add the skeleton mage. The light of the fire entered the eyes, and then there was a strange smell of meat. Lin Moyu turned his head and looked. Not far away, Ling Yizhan and others set up a fire and were grilling meat. The roasted meat is the meat of Chulangshan. Seeing Lin Moyu wake up, Ling Yitian said, "Student, come over and have something to eat together." Lin Moyu didn't refuse, and took the barbecue that Ling Yizhan handed over. The bone armor did not respond, indicating that the meat was not poisonous. After taking a bite, the barbecue was very delicious. And has a strange energy. Lin Moyu could feel that his mental power became active. This feeling is similar to the feeling of eating a desert fruit. It couldn't help being a little dazed. How could it be like this? Trying to summon a skeleton mage consumes 1,500 points of mental power. At the same time, he bit another piece of meat. Sure enough, the mental power recovered at an extremely fast speed. The effect is even better than the desert fruit. Lin Moyu asked, "What kind of meat is this?" Ling Yizhan said, "This is the leg meat of the earth-touching dragon god, the meat of the world boss. It is used to restore mental strength and heal injuries. They are all very good treasures." Lin Moyu looked at the earth-touching dragon god. Its body is still there. Unlike the boss of the dungeon, the corpse will exist for a long time after death. However, its legs were gone, apparently already taken off by Ling Yizhan and others. Seeing Lin Moyu looking over, Ling Yizhan smiled and took out a big box. The box was made of ice, and it was steaming coldly. The box was full of pure white leg meat. Unexpectedly, the earth touches the dragon god who is covered in poison, but the meat on his legs is as white as jade, which looks delicious. Ling Yizhan said, "Half of the leg meat is here." Lin Moyu accepted it without hesitation. Although the meat was taken by Ling Yizhan and the others, but the boss was killed by himself, so he should have his own share. Ling Yizhan gave it as a matter of course, and Lin Moyu took it with peace of mind. "Thank you, this is for you." Lin Moyu threw a piece of equipment to Ling Yizhan. The robe of the dragon god, with its own poison gas shield skill. The magic robe has its own skills, and its attributes are also very high, which belongs to the top platinum level equipment. It was far better than what Ling Yizhan was wearing. Ling Yizhan was flattered. How embarrassing. Lin Moyu shook his head, "They're all from Shajing Academy, so you're welcome." He continued to eat the barbecue, and the barbecue of Chulangshan restored his mental power at an astonishing speed. Lin Moyu summoned the skeleton mages one by one. By the time the 18 skeleton mages had been replenished, all the barbecue in Lin Moyu's hand had been eaten. There was a feeling of fullness in his stomach, and he was full. If you continue to eat, it is estimated that there will not be much stuffed in. It seems to be a bit different from the desert fruit. Lin Moyu was thoughtful. You can't get enough of desert fruits, no matter how many you eat, they will be consumed if you don't eat them. Although the effect of boss meat is better, you can't eat much. If you want to practice skills quickly, the desert fruit is still the well-deserved #1 fetish. Thinking of the desert fruit, Lin Moyu couldn't help but feel a faint nausea. No way, the shadow is too deep. Anyway, I won't be able to get the desert fruit in the future, and the leg meat of the earth-touching dragon god can be regarded as an additional supplement. It's better than nothing. Other world bosses, do their meat have the same effect? Lin Moyu asked. Ling Yizhan nodded, almost generally. If it is a boss that is biased towards the spiritual system, their flesh and blood will have a more obvious effect on restoring mental power. The attributes of the earth-touching dragon god are fairly balanced. If you can find a spiritual world boss, then the effect will be even better. Only Lin Moyu thinks about it or forget it, bosses like the earth-touching dragon god are not easy to deal with. It is considered unlucky to meet an enemy like itself who is not afraid of being surrounded. He was beaten to death again. If it is replaced by a professional team like Ling Yizhan, unless the level is overwhelmed. Otherwise, no matter how many people there are, it is useless. If a cloud of poisonous mist goes down, half of them will probably die. Eat and drink enough, and the mental strength has also returned to perfection. Take out the poisonous crystal and the flame crystal and put them together. With a slight movement of the mental power, the two crystals were connected together using the spiritual power as a bridge. Two crystals, one red and one green, shimmered at the same time, merging together like water. Half a minute later, a brand new item appeared in Lin Moyu's hands. The shape of the element god stone has become a hexagonal gemstone, half of which reveals the red light of flames, and one side reveals the light of green thunder element. The two are distinct and do not interfere with each other, but they are interdependent and very balanced. Elemental God Stone, Fire, Poison. Use it at the third turn, which can increase the chance of professional sublimation by 5%. The Elemental God Stone after the fusion of two elements only increased the chance of professional sublimation by 5%, which is not high. Only by waiting for more elements to fuse together can the probability be further improved. Putting away the Elemental God Stone, Lin Moyu took out the poisonous gemstone again. Before using it, Lin Moyu summoned an army of undead for protection. Put another layer of bone armor on himself. He didn't know how long it would take to use the highly poisonous gemstone, and what would happen. Safety first. Psychic power activates the poison gem. The poisonous gem exploded instantly, turning into a layer of green mist that enveloped Lin Moyu. The skeleton armor is not activated, indicating that the green mist is harmless. The green mist revolved around Lin Mo's proof, emitting a faint light, which was somewhat similar to using a skill scroll. The green light became stronger and stronger, rendering the surroundings green. Ling Yizhan and the others looked curiously. "Captain, what is he doing?" Ling Yizhan watched it for a while. Thoughtfully, he should be using a highly poisonous gemstone. The highly poisonous gemstone is a special item dropped by the earth-touching dragon god. The specific role of Ling Yizhan is not clear. In fact, very few people know. The earth-touching dragon god is not easy to kill, and it often takes many, many years to be killed once. I don't know how long it has been since the last time the dragon god who touched the earth was killed. Using the highly poisonous gem, its own attributes have changed, and the damage to poisonous elements is reduced by 50%. This is the final damage reduction of 50%, plus 1.5 plus elemental resistance now has 4 times the damage reduction. The damage reduction of poison element damage has reached 8 times. The green light is still going on, getting stronger and stronger. A few minutes later, Lin Moyu saw a green halo spreading towards the outside in the green light. In an instant, it swept across a vast area of several kilometers. Area swept by the green halo instantly become decayed. A large area was turned into a dead zone. Poison, extremely strong poison. Acquired skill, Poison Star Ring, Level 1. Very poisonous star ring, Level 1 forms poison damage within 1 meter, causing damage equivalent to 10 points of strength every second, and lasts for 1 second. There was joy in Lin Moyu's eyes. Unexpectedly, I really mastered a new skill. Poison Star Ring, it doesn't look very strong at Level 1. Even after a 40-fold increase, that is, within a range of 40 meters, it will cause 400 points of damage per second for 40 seconds. It's not as good as the skeleton warrior going up and slashing with a knife, the damage is dozens of times higher. But if the level is raised, that damage is astonishing. While acquiring the skill, Lin Moyu couldn't help sighing. It's time to practice skills again. In the Hall of Heroes, Bai Yuan sat cross-legged. He sensed Lin Moyu's state through the soul imprint left by Lin Moyu. Not long ago, the soul imprint suddenly jumped a few times, which caught Bai Yuan's attention. This kid, his mental strength seems to have become stronger. And it has become a lot stronger. Did you encounter any opportunity? As Lin Moyu's spiritual power becomes stronger, so does the imprint he left in the Hall of Valor. After a while, Bai Yuan showed shock on his face. Lin Moyu's soul imprint was shrouded in a circle of red light. Original rune, this kid actually got the original rune. It's only been a few days, and Iran has just had shit luck. That's what he said, but his expression had already betrayed his heart. The joy on his face could not be concealed. Boy, the next one is your test, you must hold on. Bai Yuan said, he is helpless now, and can only guard in the Hall of Valor. Usually no one comes to the Hall of Valor, he sits in it alone and doesn't affect anyone. The door opened, and a gray-haired old man walked in. Although the old man is old, he is full of energy and walks like a dragon and a tiger. Beside the old man, followed by a unicorn surrounded by lightning. The Holy Lightning Unicorn is a unique existence in the entire Xinxia Empire. Its owner, Mo Xinghai, like Bai Yuan, belonged to a god-level powerhouse in the Xinxia Empire. The only god-level summoner. Bai Yuan asked in surprise, "Old man Mo, why are you here?" 02 Mo Xinghai glanced at him, "What are you doing sitting here?" Bai Yuan said, "My student has gone to the ancient battlefield, I'm here to watch, how about you?" Mo Xinghai said, "My granddaughter went to the eternal battlefield, and I'm here to watch too." The two looked at each other, and suddenly burst out laughing. These two were once comrades in arms and fought side by side countless times, so the relationship is naturally good. Mo Xinghai sat down beside Bai Yuan, and asked, strangely, "When did you accept the students, why don't I know?" "Not long ago." Bai Yuan sensed Lin Moyu's soul imprint while talking to Mo Xinghai. Mo Xinghai had also found Mo Yun's soul imprint, and felt that nothing was wrong, so he felt relieved. "How is it? Is it okay?" Bai Yuan nodded, "Super godly resources." Mo Xinghai suddenly showed shock. Bai Yuan can comment like this, the entire human race is unique. Bai Yuan chuckled, 2 days ago, I heard that your precious granddaughter has successfully promoted her career. Congratulations. Mo Xinghai smiled, this granddaughter is really good. It's good, but it can't compare with my students. Bai Yuan grinned. TCH, how powerful your student is, and the super god's appearance, you are too exaggerated. Mo Xinghai looked in disbelief. Mo Yun is already very good, among the same generation, he is among the top 3. Now that his career has been sublimated successfully, he can even rank first. If even she can't compare. How strong is that qualification? Your granddaughter knows my student, and he helped get the Nirvana Soul Crystal. Mo Xinghai immediately knew who Bai Yuan's student was, and couldn't help showing surprise. You turned out to be his teacher. Lin Moyu walked forward with the red beam of light. From time to time, sway the newly acquired skill twice, the poisonous aura. After consuming part of his mental strength, he took another bite of the leg meat of the earth, touching Dragon God. Mental power has always remained above 80%. For 8 full days, they came from the territory of the Soul Eater to the central area of the ancient battlefield. Strictly speaking, just stepped into the central area. According to Ling Yizhan's words, the central area is much more dangerous than the outer area, and the area is also much larger. Counting from stepping into the central area, it will take at least a month to walk to the real core area. And the God's Choice secret realm that Lin Moyu is looking for most of the time appears in the area close to the core. The so-called central area is not specifically defined. Whenever there are no monsters below level 50, that is the central area. The central area is a world belonging to monsters above level 50. Similarly, none of the abyssal demons and professionals who can move here are below level 50. Lin Moyu is definitely an outlier here. A level 30 human race professional, no team, no elders to lead. There are only 2 skeletons that are both level 30 and have very good attributes. Definitely a meat DSH here. The kind that monsters want to taste when they see it. The red light is soaring into the sky. Lin Moyu is like a huge lighting lamp, shining everywhere he goes. Ling Yizhan still followed behind, hanging hundreds of meters away, not approaching. It's not that Lin Moyu doesn't let them get close, but that it's too dangerous. After walking out of the territory of the earth-touching Dragon God, only half a day later, another person with no eyesight came to the door. In a few days, hundreds of dragon professionals died at the hands of Lin Moyu. In Lin Moyu's view, these dragon professionals are very good friends, and they take the initiative to send equipment, military achievements, and experience to their door. Military exploits have reached 200,000. In the past few days, human race professionals have also come over. Made contact with Lin Moyu. Some people offered to protect Lin Moyu, but Lin Moyu refused. It was like rejecting Ling Yizhan that day. These people did not bother and left quickly. When they saw Ling Yizhan and others behind Lin Moyu, they all showed their original expressions. thinking that Ling Yizhan and others are protecting Lin Moyu. Some people even gave a thumbs up to Ling Yizhan and others. This made Ling Yizhan dumbfounded. Who is protecting whom? He really wanted to yell, "You guys are going against each other again." After reaching the central area, Ling Yizhan did not continue to follow. It's not safe for them here either, they usually move around the fringes and rarely come here. In just a few days, one battle after another gave Lin Moyu a strong sense of murder. It's different here than in the copy. The dungeon is full of monsters, but here besides monsters, there are also dragon monsters and abyssal demons. They are intelligent, they can sneak attack, they can cooperate, and it feels completely different to kill them. This is the real killing, and the killing intent is also accumulated in each battle. Lin Moyu looked into the distance. Ling Yizhan told him that it was the direction of the core of the upper space of the ancient battlefield. Now Lin Moyu has learned how to tell the direction. Follow the light. The light from the sky pointed the way. As long as the light flows out from the core, just go against it. Very simple. There is no north, south, east, west, only one core. After waiting for so many days, why don't you come? There are only 2 days left, time is running out. Lin Moyu whispered to himself. In 4 days, dragon professionals came in wave after wave. The abyssal demons only came sporadically. Abyss demons? Lin Moyu doesn't think so. In the ancient battlefield, the number of abyssal demons is only a lot more than other races. Since they didn't come, there is only one possibility, they are waiting for the opportunity. Lin Moyu is also waiting for his own military achievements to come to his door. He believed that the abyss demon would definitely come. The succubus who escaped will definitely not let go. How attractive is the primal rune? Before the thought was pressed, suddenly a ray of light shot straight into the sky. The same red light as him suddenly appeared. Origin rune. Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback. Someone got the origin rune again. Then the red light moved quickly. The owner of the red light is not on the ground, but flying in the air. Sitting is a pure white-horned beast, exuding holy light all over its body, drawing long lines. The red light soared into the sky, coupled with the holy white light. It's not just a matter of conspicuousness anymore, it's a really big bulb. Much brighter than himself. Is her. Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback, it turned out to be Mo Yun. She even came to the ancient battlefield, and got the origin rune. Her expression was as cold as ever, with a little arrogance. But there was a hint of panic in his eyes. When it appeared just now, there was a trace of teleportation in the 800 space, which could not escape Lin Moyu's perception. She came here through a teleportation talisman. Someone was chasing her from behind. Mo Yun, come here. Lin Moyu shouted, his voice was wrapped in spiritual force and spread far away. Mo Yun also saw the red light. Besides the second red light, surprise flashed in his eyes. She didn't expect that there would be someone who got the origin rune like her. He was even more surprised when he heard the voice. He looked down and saw Lin Moyu. When seeing Lin Moyu, for some reason, Mo Yun's heart flashed with relief. Although the two had little contact, Lin Moyu left a deep impression on her. Especially Lin Moyu's combat power, even if she is as proud as her, she has to obey. He also got the primal rune. Why did you come here at level 30? Seeing the red light on Lin Moyu's body, Mo Yun was shocked again. Mo Yun landed on the unicorn. You came from the ancient battlefield. Lin Moyu smiled. The teacher asked me to come and walk around. Come around? Turn around and transfer the origin rune to your hand? Mo Yun wanted to ask something else, but suddenly her face changed drastically, and she looked into the distance. A large group of abyssal evil appeared in the sky. Mo Yun panicked. They are chasing after you, sit up, and I will lead you away. As she spoke, she sat forward a little, leaving a seat, and signaled Lin Moyu to get on the unicorn, quickly. A unicorn is about the size of an ordinary war horse and can indeed hold 2 people. Lin Moyu didn't move a single step, there's no need to run away. Mo Yun froze for a moment, won't she escape to death? Lin Moyu continued, they should be the ones who escaped. Among these abyssal demons, Lin Moyu saw an old acquaintance. The succubus that he beat away twice. Succubus Alice saw Lin Moyu from a distance. All kinds of expressions such as panic, and fear suddenly appeared on the face. It suddenly exclaimed, it's Lin Moyu, run. In an instant, all the abyssal demons turned around collectively and went away in an instant. That speed is even faster than when it came. Mo Yun was dumbfounded. The succubus words it's Lin Moyu, run, stuck deeply in her head. Why are they so afraid of you? Lin Moyu guessed this result when he saw the succubus, maybe he was afraid of being killed by me. In fact, after Lin Moyu came to the ancient battlefield, he didn't kill many abyssal demons. On the contrary, the dragon professionals killed the most. I don't know why they are so afraid of themselves. Lin Moyu asked, how long ago did you get your origin rune? 5 days ago. After getting the origin rune, only half a day later, she started her escape career. The past few days feel like years, and I remember every minute and every second very clearly. Lin Moyu said, before the source rune is fully fused, you will follow me. Mo Yun could also see that the abyss demon was so afraid of Lin Moyu, it must be because Lin Moyu was very powerful. She has had enough of these days, dangerous, embarrassed, and tired, and she really doesn't know how she got here. Hearing Lin Moyu's words, she put away her previous arrogance, okay. After Lin Moyu continued to walk forward, Mo Yun sat on the unicorn and followed beside her. Have you succeeded in career advancement? Mo Yun was completely relaxed at this moment, and she lay softly on the unicorn, successful, I am now a Holy Spirit summoner. This is my new partner, the Holy Spirit unicorn. The Holy Spirit unicorn raised its proud head, raised its horn, and made a soft sound. Lin Moyu smiled, the summoned beast is just like a human being, a bit proud. Can you say that when you upgrade your career? Lin Moyu would like to ask about the experience of professional sublimation. There was a sound of balanced breathing. Mo Yun actually fell asleep on the unicorn. She is really exhausted these days. The succubus flew far away with a group of abyssal demons. This group of abyssal demons are all above level 50, and the ultra-far succubus Alice. But at this moment, it is obviously the leader. Among the hierarchical abyssal demons, this is extremely abnormal. Alice patted her chest, fortunately, I escaped quickly. It is full of fear of Lin Moyu. Master Alice, why are you so afraid of that human named Lin Moyu? I think he's only level 30. Some abyssal demons were puzzled. Alice said, it's not that I'm afraid, it's that I can't destroy Lord Demon King's plan. Master Demon King has been preparing this plan for several days, and we cannot give up halfway. Hearing the words Lord Demon King, all the abyssal demons showed obsession. An abyssal demon said, Master Alice, please rest assured that the plan of the Lord Demon King will be implemented smoothly, and we will do our best to oppose it. Alice smiled coquettishly, that's good, there's still a day left, it's almost here. Brilliant and charming lights shot out from the core area, intertwined in the almost infinite high sky, and then spread out. Illuminates the entire ancient battlefield. There is the most dangerous place, but also the place with the most opportunities. World bosses, hidden secrets, and advanced dungeons can all be found there. The most well-known of these is God's Choice Secret Realm. Almost everyone who came to the ancient battlefield hoped to enter the God's Choice Secret Realm, pass through it smoothly, and gain a trace of divinity. For human professionals, gaining divinity can increase the probability of professional sublimation when changing jobs. And the sooner you get it, the better. Bai Yuan said, if Lin Moyu can get mystery at level 30. When he reaches level 40 and needs a second job change, with the Nirvana Soul Crystal, the probability of career promotion can be increased to 99%. Perhaps a bit exaggerated, but it also illustrates the importance of divinity. There is only one chance to change jobs for the second time, and you cannot do it again. Grasp the natural bigger the better. There are some differences between the dragon race and the human race. Being born to them can awaken the blood. It is said that there is a chance to awaken the original blood, greatly increasing the combat power. The abyssal demons are simpler. They devour divinity, and they have the opportunity to advance and even become the Devil King. The role of divinity is so great that every time the God's Choice Secret Realm appears, it is a fierce fight. God's Choice Secret Realm ranks second among all opportunities in the upper space of the ancient battlefield. The first is naturally that you must have the origin rune to enter the origin space. The third is a copy of Dragon Palace that can drop dragon crystals. In addition to these three major opportunities, there is another opportunity. Legends do not belong to the original space. It's just that no one has ever gotten this opportunity. That is a world boss located in the core area, a very powerful world boss. Never heard of. Who killed this boss? Lin Moyu didn't think about anything now. Following by Yuan's instructions, he first had to go to the God's Choice Secret Realm. To gain divinity, the lower the level, the better. These days, his experience has reached 63%. If not, it might be time to upgrade in a few days. A huge aura descended from the sky, firmly locking Lin Moyu and Mo Yun beside him. Mo Yun, who had been sleeping all day, woke up with a start. The one who just woke up looked into the air with panic on his face. What happened? Before she could react, a dense rain of arrows fell from the sky, followed by huge meteorites. Mo Yun let out an exclamation almost instinctively, and the Holy Spirit unicorn let out a long cry, and its body glowed with white light, forming a shield. Together, with Lin Moyu, are shrouded in the shield. The rain of arrows crackled and hit the shield was distorted and deformed, and various dents were made by the rain of arrows. Fortunately, Mo Yun's shield was still strong enough to survive the rain of arrows. As the arrow rain passed, meteorites followed one after another. The skills of the dragon mage are very powerful. A meteorite with a diameter of more than 10 meters fell from the sky and landed on the shield fiercely. There was a loud bang. The meteorite exploded, and Mo Yun uttered a soft cry at the same time. Not only did the shield not break, but it became even stronger. The Holy Spirit Summoner is indeed a mid-level legendary professional. With Mo Yun only at level 41, he blocked the opponent's attack above level 50. Very good. It's no wonder that she can persevere in the pursuit of the abyssal demon. Come up, I'll take you away. Mo Yunjia shouted, giving up her seat again, signaling Lin Moyu to sit on the unicorn. She was full of anxiety. Although she blocked one or two waves of attacks, it couldn't last long. Lin Moyu's understated voice sounded in his ear, "Don't be nervous, it's fine. All right? Stop kidding. Those above who are attacking are dragon professional teams, and each of them is above level 50. How could it be all right? If you don't run away now, you won't be able to run away in a while." But Lin Moyu's indifferent expression made her feel that nothing would happen. There are 6 dragon professionals in the sky: knights, assistants, double archers, and double mages. Such a configuration is very common among dragon professional teams. Lin Moyu kills a lot of teams these days. Another wave of arrows rained down. Meteorites are already brewing in the air. Can't fly, what a hassle. Lin Moyu left the range of the shield and was exposed to the rain of arrows. The bone armor on his body gleamed, blocking the opponent's attack without any pressure. Compared with the powerful attack of the earth-touching dragon god, this level of attack is really nothing. Seeing that Lin Moyu walked out of the shield, the dragon knight quickly drew his long sword. Charge towards Lin Moyu. 2 origin runes, this time I made a lot of money. 1 level 30, 1 level 41, the little guy of the human race, really lucky. In the end, it was cheaper for us. The voice is loud and full of energy. That look seemed to have settled Lin Moyu. I couldn't help but lick my tongue, with bloodthirsty excitement. The Dragon Knight was attracted by the origin rune, but he didn't realize that Lin Moyu was filled with a strong dragon breath. That is the breath left on him by the dragon clan killed by him. The knight was fast, and in the blink of an eye he had already rushed in front of Lin Moyu, and the light of his long sword. Skill, cross-slash. Careful. Mo Yun couldn't help but let out an exclamation. Lin Moyu didn't make any movement, letting the attack fall. The skeleton armor glowed slightly, blocking the attack of the dragon. Okay, knights. With this level of attack, if you want to break the skeleton armor, you need at least a dozen more attacks. 2 skeleton warriors on the left and right came out in response, slashing at the dragon knight with a big knife. The dragon knight was startled, and quickly fought with the skeleton warrior. Only when you have actually fought against each other will you know how strong the skeleton warrior is. In the case of no state, the 4 dimensions of the skeleton warrior reached 40,000, which is only stronger than the 50th level dragon knight. How could it be so strong? Dragon Knight couldn't believe it. It is obvious that the attributes of the skeleton are not strong. Why the combat power is so terrible, this is unscientific. Lin Moyu pressed lightly with one hand. With a buzzing sound, red light fell to the ground. Skill, slow curse. Then the flame in the palm rose violently and danced. There was a scream in the air. Lin Moyu did not attack the knight who was close at hand, but locked on the support in the air. The only support in the dragon team, similar to the occupation of the support of the king of human race. It can not only bless the state, but also treat it. Moreover, this kind of occupation is very common in the dragon clan. In the past few days, Lin Moyu has killed no less than 10 people. It is not as rare as the support of the king of war of the human race. To deal with them, Lin Moyu already has experience. To destroy the team, you must first destroy the support. The dragon assistant screamed again and again, his seemingly burly body was shaking in severe pain, his wings vibrated randomly, and he almost fell from the air. The dragon knight roared and threw away the skeleton, and rushed to attack Lin Moyu. But facing the bone armor, which is harder than a turtle shell, Lin Moyu simply ignored it. Skill, ultimate defense. Dragon Knight activated the strongest defense skills. It also ignored the attack of the skeleton, and began to attack Lin Moyu with all its strength. Skill, cross-slash. Skill, Knight against the wind sword. Ability, shield bash. Skills were released one after another, but they were all blocked by the skeleton armor. All control effects do not affect Lin Moyu. A strange circle formed on the scene. Lin Moyu attacked the dragon mage, the dragon knight attacked Lin Moyu, and the skeleton attacked the dragon knight. Lin Moyu, dragon knight, and skeleton warrior all sold their backs to each other as if they were lining up. Is this a battle? Mo Yun was a little dumbfounded. At this time, the archers and mages of the dragon clan also changed their targets and attacked Lin Moyu at the same time, trying to stop Lin Moyu. It's useless. Lin Moyu just added a layer of bone armor to himself, and the attack never stopped. When Mo Yun was staring blankly, she suddenly received an invitation from Lin Moyu to form a team. In case of accidental injury. Lin Moyu's voice came. Mo Yun didn't think much and joined the team. Under the continuous attack of Lin Moyu, the dragon support was dying. The soul flame interrupted its skills again and again, making it unable to heal itself. Stop, stop. Dragon Knight roared loudly. But it was useless, it couldn't even touch Lin Moyu's clothes. The archers and mages of the dragon tribe also attacked Lin Moyu like crazy. Mo Yun became a bystander at this time. She felt that the brains of dragon professionals seemed a little abnormal. Why not run away? Seeing his companion being killed, he didn't know how to take it out of the battle circle first. Do you only know how to attack blindly? But if you think about it carefully, it seems that the professionals of the clan are like this. They are arrogant and their brains are not very good. With a scream, the dragon assistant died. The red light suddenly changed, becoming more dim and deep. Skill, curse of damage. Skill, corpse burst. Bang. 2 archers and mages fell from the air in response and were killed directly. Dozens of skeletons appeared around Lin Moyu, densely surrounding the dragon knights. It is grabbing hands, feet and wings again, preventing it from escaping at all. Lin Moyu also shifted his target, releasing soul flames at the dragon knight. Even with the existence of the ultimate defense, the severe pain of the soul flame did not ease much. The dragon knight was soon killed as well. Then the skeletons quickly stripped off the equipment from the corpse and took it all away. Kill the assistant, the corpse explodes. Finally kill the knight, muscle equipment. Lin Moyu has already done this kind of thing very skillfully. The entire battle lasted about 2 minutes, and Mo Yun remembered what Lin Moyu said before. Don't be nervous, it's fine. An understatement, still in my ears, the battle is over. You. Just as he was about to speak, the space suddenly went dark. The surrounding space suddenly changed, and a huge barrier fell from the sky, covering the earth. Enchantment. Mo Yun said in a low voice. Lin Moyu hummed and looked up at the sky, not too surprised. Finally come. As expected, when there was only 1 day left in the fusion of the original runes, they finally did it. Once the source runes are fully fused, and then kill themselves, they will not get the source runes. Therefore, the abyssal demon will definitely do something today. And this means déjà vu. This is not the case in professional competitions. Old-fashioned but effective means. The barrier seals off the world, trapping Lin Moyu and Mo Yun in it. The power of the abyss pervades the barrier. At this moment, they seem to be in the abyss world. Black became the main theme. What should I do? Mo Yun was a little nervous. She had already clenched an advanced random teleportation talisman in her hand, and asked uncertainly, should we escape? Lin Moyu wasn't worried at all. Don't worry, let's see. Black air filled the air, and a large number of abyssal demons appeared in the barrier. Inside is Lin Moyu's old acquaintance, Succubus Alice. Succubus smiled coquettishly, Lin Moyu, we meet again. Unexpectedly, even the earth-touching dragon god couldn't kill you. But this time. Speaking of this, the black gemstone in her hand burst into brilliant light. The charming Succubus King appeared in everyone's sight. The Succubus King is just a phantom, still exuding a powerful charm. The moment she appeared, all the demons showed obsession. She looked at Lin Moyu, covered her mouth and let out a coquettish laugh, winking like silk, meet you again, lovely Lin Moyu. In the professional arena, Lin Moyu has seen her, and she has also seen Lin Moyu. At that time, Lin Moyu's fame was very big and spread throughout the entire human race. Mo Yun felt the distinctive aura of the Succubus King, which made her extremely uncomfortable. Who is that? Lin Moyu whispered, Succubus King, she came here during the professional competition, but was beaten away by Baishan. Mo Yun was taken aback. It turned out to be the Demon King of the Abyss. Akva, the Abyss Demon King is at least level 90, comparable to the god-level powerhouses in the human race. Didn't expect it to appear here. The Succubus King smiled coquettishly, little friend Lin Moyu, your strength really impresses this Devil King. I have a suggestion, why don't you come to the Abyss to work for this Devil King, and I will definitely not treat you badly. Then it turned to Mo Yun, and this little girl is a Holy Spirit summoner, she's really good, let's come together too. There was a strange energy flow between the words, and even the light in the sky of the ancient battlefield stopped for a moment. There was a moment of confusion in Mo Yun's eyes, and then the white light was blazing, and the skeleton armor gleamed. Mo Yun woke up immediately, breaking out in a cold sweat, and was afraid for a while. At that moment just now, she really wanted to join the Succubus King and die for the Succubus King. She realized that this was the ability of the Succubus King, charm. Many professionals of the human race are charmed by her and are willing to become its slaves. Fortunately, this layer of bone armor blocked the power of the Succubus King. Looking at Lin Moyu again, his eyes were still cold, unmoved at all. Around Lin Moyu's body, there are also shining skeleton armor. The Succubus King's charm cannot penetrate bone armor. The phantom of the Succubus King revealed a hint of shock, and then laughed out, "It failed, what a pity. In that case, I can only invite you to die." The voice came to the back, and the voice had become sharp. The black gemstone in Alice's hand exploded violently, and a huge space-time channel appeared in the air. As soon as the space-time channel appeared, the blue viscous liquid poured out of the channel like a waterfall. After a while, a pool of water has accumulated on the ground. The succubus king's soft and bewitching voice came from behind the passage. "I'm sending you a big gift to express my heart, I hope you will like it." The channel disappears amidst the delicate laughter. The black gemstone that exploded can not only locate the space coordinates, but also let the phantom of the succubus king come over. At the same time, it can also form a space-time channel to bring some things over. The succubus king didn't know what he sent over, so it was certain that it wouldn't be a good thing. The blue pool quickly sank into the ground and disappeared. In the next second, the ground trembled slightly, and under Lin Moyu's feet, a huge spike pierced out of the ground violently. The spike hit the bone armor with a bang. It was so powerful that the bone armor was knocked out of dense cracks. "Come again, it is estimated that it will explode." Lin Moyu's complexion has changed a little. This attack power is only a little weaker than the earth-touching dragon god. There is a blue light in front of the spikes, exactly the same as the blue liquid that disappeared just now. Not only Lin Moyu was attacked, but Mo Yun was also attacked. Fortunately, with the skeleton armor, Xia Yun was not injured. But the sudden and strange attack still startled her. There are also summoned beasts, and the skeleton mage who has been following Lin Moyu has been attacked by spikes. The opponent seemed to be attacking with all of them. After a bit of attack, the spikes quickly burrowed back into the ground. In the blink of an eye, the second attack came. It hit the bone armor again with a bang. One after another, the frequency is very high. Can attack at least 3 times per second. No matter how Lin Moyu hides, it is useless, the spikes can hit 100%. Lin Moyu replenished the bone armor for himself and Mo Yun with one hand, while the detection technique flew out on the other hand. Red Moon Demon, Lord Level Demon. Level, 55. Power, 50,000. Agility, 50,000. 50,000. Physique, 120000. Skill, Infinite Thrust. Characteristics: Light elemental defense is reduced by 50%, dark elemental damage is reduced by 50%, elemental damage is reduced by 30%, physical damage is reduced by 80%. The Succubus King used that black gemstone to open up a spacetime channel. The purpose is to send this Lord-level demon over. No need to think about it, the Succubus King must have chosen this demon out of thousands of choices. Chiyua's demon attribute is not too strong, and it only has one skill. Unlimited stabbing, group attack skills. Lock on the target, can't dodge, can only resist hard. Fortunately, the attack power is not particularly strong, and the power of 70,000 is weaker than that of the earth-touching dragon god. The total attribute is 270,000, which is still weaker than the Soul Eater King of the same level. Although the Red Moon Demon is inferior to bosses like the Soul Eater Insect King in terms of total attributes, it is even more weird. Mo Yun said in a deep voice, the Lord-level demons are the elite among the abyssal demons, and there are not many in the abyss. Their existence is equivalent to those Lord-level bosses. This enchantment has been integrated with the Chiyua demon. If we can't kill the Chiyua demon, we won't be able to escape. Lin Moyu can probably understand the meaning of Mo Yun's words. At this time, the Chiyua demon had completely merged into the earth and launched attacks continuously, which made him feel helpless. But it's not so easy to kill yourself because of this. Let me try. The two skeletons quickly ran to the edge of the barrier against the attack of the Red Moon Demon. All the way to the edge of the barrier, the attacks of the Red Moon Demon did not stop. Obviously, the entire enchantment is within the attack range of the Chiyua demon. The skeleton warrior's explosive skill hit the barrier, and the barrier remained motionless. Lin Moyu put away the skeleton warrior. Save them from needless harm. Suddenly, a large black light fell from the top of the head. The black light is like a sharp sword, containing powerful abyssal power, falling down like raindrops. It's a pity that there is no accurate head, and most of them are missed. Those demons above the head are not idle, they attack from high in the air, but the distance is very, very far, beyond Lin Moyu's attack range. They were obviously afraid of themselves, and flew very high. The black light is also not very accurate, just hit it randomly. Best to hit it, it doesn't matter if you miss it. There are red moon demons on the ground, and high-level demons harassing them above their heads. Lin Moyu and Mo Yun are attacked from both sides. These guys are in trouble, trying to get them off. Lin Moyu whispered. Mo Yun heard Lin Moyu's words, my summoned beast has a skill that can cause air ban effect in a short time. However, the time is very short, only 30 seconds, the cooling time is a full 10 minutes, and the range is not very large. If they're on guard. Mo Yun's meaning is very clear, this skill only has one chance. It is to take advantage of the opponent's unpreparedness in order to exert the greatest effect. 30 seconds. Lin Moyu thought for a while, it should be enough. You can use it later when I let you use it. Lin Moyu whispered, now is not the time to use it. Okay. Mo Yun nodded immediately, ready. Now the Chiwa demon has merged into the earth and is constantly attacking them. Lin Moyu couldn't think of a countermeasure for a while, so he could only try. Red light flashed. Skill, slow curse. There was a soft buzz. In an instant, the spikes attacking him slowed down. Scarlet shackles appeared on top of the spikes. And on the ground inside the enchantment, there are red shackles everywhere, densely packed, innumerable. Lin Moyu's eyes lit up and he understood immediately. It's not how fast and accurate the Red Moon Demon's attack is, but that it has too many attack points. So no matter where you flee, you can't escape the opponent's attack. And each spike will be affected by the curse. It seems that each spike is an independent living body. This piece of land has already turned into the body of the Red Moon Demon. And now he is standing in the body of Chiwa Demon. Lin Moyu was thoughtful, because he probably understood a little bit. Cracking open the cocoon, the true face of the Red Moon Demon is gradually being revealed by him. Under the curse, the Red Moon Demon's attack has been much slower, and the pressure on Lin Moyu has rapidly diminished. Let's try it first. An army of undead appeared. Skill, Legion Enhancement. All skeletons are equipped with various enhanced states at the same time. In an instant, a large number of spikes appeared, attacking the skeleton. And the skeletons had already been prepared, and at the same time broke out their skills, and the sword slashed on the spikes with red light. There was a bang bang bang. Gravel flew around. At the same time, accompanied by the spurt of blue mucus. There were faint screams. The blue slime fell on the skeleton warrior, and there was a sizzling sound, as if boiling water had been poured on ice. A lot of blue smoke rose, the pale golden bones were corroded, and the skeleton warriors were injured one after another. The Lich General raises his staff, Legion Healing. The skeletons recovered quickly from their injuries, when the second wave of spike attacks struck again. The skeleton warriors still fought back. The spikes were shattered again, bursting out more blue slime. The skeleton warrior's injury was even more serious. In just 3 seconds, after more than 10 waves of attacks, the skeletons were covered with blue slime. The corrosiveness of the blue slime is extremely astonishing, and the damage is continuously stacked. The damage received by the skeleton warrior has exceeded the healing speed of the Lich General. The skeleton mage who did not fight back suffered lighter injuries than the skeleton warrior, although he was always under the spike attack. Looking at the Chiwa demon again, it was as if he had never been injured. The number of red shackles has not decreased at all. Lin Moyu wanted to take back the skeleton, but found it impossible to take it back. Because the skeleton warrior has blue slime on his body. There was a soft laugh in the air, and the succubus Alice wagged her tail. We analyzed your skills, and Lord Demon King carefully selected the Scarlet Moon Demon for you, so you can slowly enjoy the joy of being killed. Some of the characteristics of the Red Moon Demon are just for Lin Moyu's skeleton. No matter how many skeletons Lin Moyu has, the Red Moon Demon can't do anything about it. Mo Yun looked serious. What should I do? Lin Moyu still didn't look anxious. Don't worry, let's see. He has already discovered that after the appearance of the undead army, the attack power of the Red Moon Demon has weakened. About a tenth less than before. This change is not very obvious. Lin Moyu clearly felt the pressure through the bone armor. It seems that more targets are targeted at the same time, and the attack power will be weakened. 0. With a heartbeat, another army of undead appeared. The skeletons are properly separated, each occupying an area. Including the Lich General, the result was an additional 301 new targets. The Red Moon Demon attacked them at the same time. Dense spikes rushed out from the ground and pierced the skeletons. But attack power. Sure enough, it has dropped again. As the number of targets increases, the attacks of the demons are dispersed again. The corrosive effect of the slime fades, and the attack of the Red Moon Demon weakens. The skeleton warrior who had been covered in mucus before finally regained his strength. Under Lich General's treatment again and again, the injury recovered quickly. The situation has stabilized. Lin Moyu and Mo Yun are also constantly under attack, and they have to replenish the skeleton box from time to time. If it was in the past, Lin Moyu couldn't hold on for too long. But now he has absorbed 15 soul crystals, and his spiritual power has increased significantly. Incorporating soul gems, the recovery speed of mental power is increased by 100 times. There is also a large amount of leg meat of the earth-touching dragon god that he is carrying. Lin Moyu felt that it would not be a problem for him to survive for a few more months. If all the undead army is released, everyone will share the damage together. The pressure will be even greater, and it is estimated that it will not be a problem to last the first half of the year. As for the Lich General, this thing has no concept of mental power consumption at all. Lin Moyu didn't know what the Lich General's skills were consuming, but it felt like there was no consumption. The life and death crisis has been eliminated, and Lin Moyu is also relieved. Next, it's time to think carefully about how to deal with this Red Moon Demon. There can be no perfect monster. Otherwise, the human race would have been over long ago. It definitely has weaknesses, but it has not found a breakthrough. Lin Moyu was not in a hurry, he was very patient. 3. A group of abyssal demons parked in the air were stunned. Lin Moyu actually sat down, seeming to be thinking about the problem. It's just that he uses his skills every once in a while to strengthen his defense. The attack of the Red Moon Demon was completely ignored by him. Even Lin Moyu took out food from behind and started eating slowly and methodically. An abyss demon is numb. What is he doing? The other demons were also surprised. Why do I feel that he is not afraid at all? Not even a skeleton has died for so long. The attribute of the skeleton looks very low. I feel like one slap can kill a bunch of people. Succubus Alice sneered, if you want to die, you can try. At this time, she also wrinkled her pretty face. The development of the matter was completely different from what she expected. I knew I should have Lord Demon King send a more powerful Chiwa demon over. She felt that the level 55 Chiwa demon was too weak, and she should send the level 60 or even level 65 Chiwa demon over. But how did she know that being able to send a level 55 Chiwa demon into the ancient battlefield is already the limit? It can't be higher. The Succubus King doesn't have this strength. After thinking about it, 530 Alice sneered, then use it up. I want to see how long you can consume it. The Red Moon Devil was chosen exactly for Lin Moyu. It can also be seen from the performance just now that Lin Moyu has nothing to do with the Red Moon Demon. Now the Red Moon Demon and the barrier are integrated, and Lin Moyu is like a trapped beast. Before he was killed, the Chiwa demon's attack would not stop, endless. In the end, Lin Moyu must die. Thinking of this, Alice's complexion suddenly became much better. As it thought, Lin Moyu was really stuck in a difficult point at this time. Various methods have been tried. He tried to cast the bone fangs towards the ground, and also tried to lock the spikes and use the soul flame. The results are all invalid. The Red Moon Demon's attack was the same as before. Even if the spikes are broken and the slime bursts out, it will be absorbed quickly. Has no effect on it. The skeleton warrior didn't fight back anymore. Not only was the counterattack ineffective, but it would also cause him to be corroded by the slime. Lin Moyu analyzes various possibilities. The Crimson Moon Demon is not immune to elemental attacks, and even the damage of light elements to him has increased. It is also not immune to physical attacks. It means that he has the entity, but he has not been able to find it for the time being. Lin Moyu wondered whether the Chihui demon's body would be hidden among these spikes. But there are too many spikes, so densely packed that it is impossible to count them. After putting the curse, it looks like there are pieces of cursed shackles in the past. Exactly the same, no different. Lin Moyu thought about all kinds of possibilities, but he couldn't find a way. He took another bite of Cholongshan's leg. The leg meat was delicious. The mental power that had just been consumed was quickly replenished. Compared with the Red Moon Demon, Lin Moyu prefers the earth-touching dragon god. Not only contributed such a good leg meat, but also gave himself a highly poisonous crystal, a highly poisonous gem. Increased poison immunity by 50%, and also allowed himself to master a poison-type skill. Although in the past few days, the poisonous star ring skill has only been upgraded to level. But the effect is still obvious. Toxic Star Ring, Level 3 forms poison damage within 3 meters, causing damage equivalent to 30 points of strength per second, lasting for 3 seconds. Lin Moyu raised his head suddenly, his eyes were shining brightly. How could I forget this skill? Seeing Lin Moyu's movements, Mo Yin asked anxiously, have you thought about the calendar? Lin Moyu hummed, I'll try it, maybe it will work. Aiming at an area, Lin Moyu pointed his finger. Ability, Poison Star Ring. A little green light appeared where Lin Moyu was pointing, and then exploded, turning into a green ring and spreading outward. After the talent is increased, the range of the poisonous star ring reaches 120 meters, and the damage per second also reaches 120, lasting for 120 seconds. Where the star ring passed, the air was also filled with greenery, forming a faint poisonous atmosphere. In the area chosen by Lin Moyu, there are also a large number of spikes hidden under the ground. However, these spikes were obviously not attacked by the poisonous star ring. Their shells protect them. Lin Moyu walked in the enchantment, casting the star ring over and over again. Pieces of poisonous mist rose in the enchantment. What is he doing? The abyssal demons in the air looked at Lin Moyu, all showing doubts. They don't know what Lin Moyu is going to do. At this time, they had already stopped attacking. Their harassment has no effect on Lin Moyu, and it is a waste of effort. It's better to watch the play quietly. Lin Moyu held the leg of the earth-touching dragon god in his left hand, and tirelessly cast the poisonous star ring again and again. Almost have to step through most of the enchantment. Suddenly, an unusual greenness entered Lin Moyu's field of vision. The green air gathered together and emerged from the ground. Someone is poisoned. It should be said that a monster was poisoned. These days Lin Moyu is experimenting with the poison ring skill, and he is already very familiar with the manifestations of poisoning. After being poisoned, the poisonous gas will come out continuously, and even form a poisonous gas mist column several meters high. That's it for now. Found it. Where the poisonous gas comes out, there is also a symbol of shackles. Lin Moyu sneered, and a red light flashed in his hand. Skill, Curse of Damage. Curse of Slow has been replaced with Curse of Damage. At the same time, Lin Moyu firmly locked on the poison target who was breathing green gas. A red light flashed in the palm. Skill, Soul Flame. There was no sound, but the whole earth shook violently. No matter how you attack the spikes before, there will be no response. This time, Lin Moyu knew that he had found the body of Chiwa demon. The corner of his mouth raised slightly. You can't run away now. The body of the Chiwa demon started to escape, but the poisonous gas that kept coming out betrayed its position. Lin Moyu was not in a hurry, and added a poisonous star ring to it without haste. 120 seconds is enough. Now that you have found it, the rest will be easy to handle. The battle should be over. Lin Moyu looked up at the Abyss Demon Zero. The abyssal demons suddenly felt creepy. Let them down, said something to Mo Yun, and at the same time put a layer of bone armor on her. Mo Yunjiao yelled, and the summoned beast flew straight into the sky in an instant. The holy white light pierced the sky, rushing towards the abyss demon like lightning. Mo Yun seemed to have erupted some kind of skill. The speed was beyond Lin Moyu's imagination. In less than a second, he crossed a distance of 1,000 meters and came to the face of the abyssal demon. Before the abyss demon could react, a beam of light exploded, illuminating the sky. Skill, no flying. How so? Why can't I fly? What kind of skill is this? Why does it have the effect of banning air? Isn't banning air only a top-level mage can do it? Why can she do it too? The abyss demon suddenly lost the ability to fly, and fell from the air in panic. On the way, they saw Lin Moyu on the ground, and his undead army. One by one, in rows, in groups, thousands of skeleton warriors are already waiting. The big knife in his hand glowed red. Skeleton mages are also drumming up the power of the elements. They can't help feeling like a sheep is in the mouth of a tiger. Don't. Fly, I want to fly. The abyssal demons struggled frantically, flapping their wings vigorously. But it's useless at all, they can't fly with the 30-second air ban. With panic in her eyes, Alice reached out and took out an exquisite talisman. Suddenly activated, Alice disappeared in midair with a swipe. The high-level random teleportation talisman, it doesn't know where to get it, just saved his life now. When the abyssal demon was about to land, red light filled the air, and the curse of injury arrived as expected. Then there was a full-scale explosion of the skills of the skeleton warriors, and the focus of the skeleton mages. At the same time, Lin Moyu's skeletal fangs also exploded at close range. In almost 1.5 seconds, 2 abyssal demons up to level 50 were severely injured. In the second second, an abyssal demon was killed. Before the other abyssal demons could react, there was a loud bang. A large number of abyssal demons died. Then there were a few more bangs, and then everything around became silent. Hundreds of abyssal demons over level 50 were wiped out. The sergeant's insignia shone brightly. Every kill of an abyss demon above level 50 is a full 2,000 points of military merit. He and Mo Yun are half of each other, and they can also share 1,000. He got a full 100,000 military merits. Mo Yun is the same. It doesn't matter how many stars Mo Yun was a second lieutenant before. At this moment she went straight to the colonel, and the sergeant president turned pale gold. Mo Yun was stunned. The second lieutenant who worked hard by himself and worked hard for more than 2 years. Now in an instant, he became a colonel. This is definitely too perverted. Looking at Lin Moyu, Mo Yun was speechless for a while. This guy is indeed a bit perverted. The abyssal demons were instantly killed in less than 5 seconds. With a chuckle, Lin Moyu turned his gaze to the Red Moon Demon. The Scarlet Moon Demon is still attacking. The infinite stab skill is just like the name, it is really infinite attack. When Lin Moyu recruited all the undead legions, its attack targets also doubled. Attack power also dropped rapidly. Today's attack power is less than 1/10 of what it was at the beginning. For Lin Moyu, there is no pressure. Looking around, the Chiwa demon had already hid far, far away, and came to the corner of the barrier. A cloud of green air was blowing out there. It is telling others, I am here, I am here. Escape, is it useful? A barrier is a prison. Not only imprisoned Lin Moyu, but also imprisoned the devil. The skeleton warriors picked up the corpse of the abyssal demon and happily chased after Lin Moyu. The Chiwa demon didn't know that he was about to die. It is shrinking in the corner, silently bearing the toxin damage. Not a lot of damage, but it's been going on, making it uncomfortable. And Lin Moyu's soul flame just now made it hurt to the bone and trembled. In the sound of footsteps, the corpse of an abyssal demon was thrown on top of it. Boom! The explosion was deafening. The damage hit like a tsunami. The Chiwa demon let out a silent mournful cry, causing the ground to shake. The corpse exploded, causing great damage. The surrounding spikes exploded one after another, releasing a large amount of mucus, and 02 dyed the ground blue. Lin Moyu stood in the slime, his bone armor gleaming, blocking all damage. The red moon demon started to run away again. It kept moving underground, but not fast. Another corpse was thrown over. Boom! The earth shook again. This was the silent scream of the Chiwa demon. Corpses were thrown over and exploded continuously. After enduring 20 corpse explosions in a row, the Chiwa demon was killed with a final cry of grief. Killed a level 55 Chiwa demon, experience plus 27.5 billion plus 10,000. A level 55 Lord level demon has as much experience as a boss, and his military merits are as high as 20,000. Lin Moyu and Mo Yun each received 10,000 military merits. The Red Moon demon is actually not strong, on the contrary, he is somewhat weak. As a Lord level demon, it's a bit weird. As long as you can find its body, it is not difficult to step on it, and if it can fly, the Scarlet Moon demon will no longer be a threat at all. After all, the Chiwa demon has obvious weaknesses and short boards. As long as it can be caught, it is not difficult to kill it. The Succubus King sent the Chiwa demon over Lin Moyu's skills, which really put Lin Moyu in a helpless situation. It's just that Lin Moyu had newly mastered the poison skill, which made him come back against the wind. Alarm bells rang in Lin Moyu's heart. The Succubus King must have obtained a lot of information about himself to be able to target him like this. Someone in the human race revealed his information to the Succubus King. Are you a member of the Demon Worship Association? Lin Moyu thought in his heart, and felt that it was possible. Mo Yin flew over and breathed a long sigh of relief. Ku killed him. Yeah. Lin Moyu didn't say much, and took back the undead army, leaving only 2 skeletons. The battle took a full hour to be considered over. The Abyss Demon and the Red Moon Demon were all killed, and the barrier couldn't last long, and began to gradually collapse. Jingle! A lot of voices came from outside the barrier. Someone is actually attacking the enchantment. Lin Moyu and Mo Yun were slightly taken aback, and turned their heads to look at the same time. With a bang, the barrier shattered like glass and dissipated into the air. I saw the light that had not changed for countless years on the ancient battlefield again. The red light of the 2 still shot straight into the sky, competing with the light of the ancient battlefield, catching people's eyes. Do you think you can't be found if you hide in the barrier? The original rune belongs to our dragon clan. A large group of dragon professionals rushed in murderously. At least there are 5 or 6 teams with 30 or 40 people. They were attacking the enchantment before, which accelerated the collapse of the enchantment to a certain extent. Lin Moyu was slightly happy. Dragons are so nice, send experience, send equipment, send military merit. Lin Moyu was about to make a move when he suddenly heard a loud roar. Protect my people. A team of 12 professionals rushed over from a distance. It seems that they intend to help Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu's eyes flashed. No matter whether the other party really wanted to help him or not, he had to be cautious enough. Be the first to strike first. The skeleton picked up the corpse of the abyssal demon on the ground and threw it up violently. The corpse flew in front of the dragon professional in an instant. A red light flashed. Skill, curse of damage. Skill, corpse burst. 2 bodies, 2 explosions. The rushing dragon professionals fell down like raindrops. None survived. There were still a few who didn't fly down. After being stunned for a second, they screamed suddenly and fled quickly without looking back. Dragon professionals have no brains, but they are not completely brainless. They also know how to run for their lives. The human race professionals who were rushing over were stunned on the spot, staring blankly at the dragon race professionals who fell like raindrops. They swallowed hard one by one. Others rubbed their eyes, thinking they were hallucinating. Am I dazzled? Who can tell me if this is a hallucination? I also think it's an illusion, but it doesn't seem like it. This group of dragons just died like this? Really dead, skeletons seem to be picking their gear. I'll go, this action is so skillful. Lin Moyu's storage space is filled with all kinds of equipment. Most of the hair is from the dragon family. They are all platinum-level equipment, no matter whether they are useful or not, it is definitely right to take them off first. A few skeletons slammed and pulled over, pulling off the equipment with incomparable skill. I don't know how many times I have done this kind of thing, and it is so skillful that it makes people's heart tremble. Mo Yan's mouth twitched. From the corner of the eye, he looked at Lin Moyu with a calm face. This guy looks like a bandit. Lin Moyu glanced at the sky. It has been 10 days since I got the origin rune. The red beam of light is gradually dimming, and the fusion has come to an end. During the 10 days of fusion, people kept coming to snatch the origin rune. If he is killed and the origin rune is obtained by others, that person will also go through the same process as himself. It's like a recognition process. Only after 10 days can you get the approval of the original rune, and you can get the qualification to own it. But for ordinary professionals, it is not easy to survive 10 days. Either have a strong team or have extraordinary strength. Mo Yun was also lucky to meet her, otherwise it would be difficult to survive 10 days. It is not wrong to survive the first 5 days. At this time, Mo Yun was still 3 days away from the end of the fusion. With yourself, basically there will be no problem. Let's go. After putting away all the equipment, Lin Moyu continued to walk deep into the ancient battlefield. Every time God's chosen secret realm appears randomly, it depends on luck. Relatively speaking, the closer to the core area, the higher the probability of occurrence. In the end, it's just luck. Mo Yun lay lazily on the Holy Spirit unicorn. Are you looking for God's chosen secret realm? Lin Moyu hummed, I want to gain divinity. Mo Yun understood, with your strength, it is not difficult to pass the God's choice secret realm. In this regard, Lin Moyu is also confident. But only if you can find it. Some people are unlucky, and it is normal to look for it for a few months, or even a year or so. Mo Yan's beautiful eyes flowed, when I have fully integrated the original rune, I will help you find it. As he spoke, he threw a teleportation stone to Lin Moyu. Mo Yan's unicorn can fly, and it's very fast. As long as there is no influence of the origin rune, she is not too dangerous here. Finding God's choice secret realm from the sky is far more efficient than Lin Moyu. Thank you. Lin Moyu was not polite, and directly accepted the positioning teleportation stone. Mo Yun smiled sweetly, I should be the one thanking you, you helped me a lot. Lin Moyu shook his head, it's all trivial, and it's easy to do. From being the ghost king on the battlefield before, to saving her this time. For Lin Moyu, it is a trivial matter, but for Mo Yun, it is a very big favor. Mo Yun thought for a while, anyway, thank you. If there is anything I can do in the future, I will definitely not refuse. Good, in the world of dragons. In a huge group of palaces, a huge aura rises. The air disperses the clouds in the sky, as if tearing a huge hole in the sky. There is a roar, coming from the palace group. Who is it? Who is targeting our dragon clan? Why do our dragon warriors lose so much recently? Go and find out what happened on the ancient battlefield. The roar fell, and another voice immediately responded, Obey, great king. A large number of dragon warriors flew out of the palace group, heading away in one direction. The world of Dragon Clan has restored peace once again. It's just that powerful breath that lasts forever. Soon, those dragons who went to investigate rushed back. After a while, another order came from the palace. Order: the dragon warriors in the upper space of the ancient battlefield work together to find Lin Moyu and kill him. At the same time, speed up the search for spacetime channels. Dragon warriors, don't die in vain. I want the human race, let's dodge. The dragon world was suddenly enveloped by killing intent. Even the space is trembling. The order of the Dragon King was quickly spread into the ancient battlefield. In the upper space, the dragon professionals in the core area received orders from the Dragon King one after another. On the other side, Succubus Alice got in touch with Succubus King again. The panic in Alice's eyes hadn't completely subsided. Master Demon King, we have failed. Alice didn't dare to raise her head, and her voice was very soft, looking pitiful. The phantom of the Succubus King appeared in front of Alice. I don't blame you for this. I didn't expect that even the June demon couldn't kill him. I know you can't get into the core area. You go to the deepest part of the central area, pass on my order, let those guys do it, and kill Lin Moyu. Compared to Origin Rune, killing Lin Moyu is more important. The specific way that you do this. The voice of the Succubus King is still sweet and melodious, full of temptation, but also contains a huge murderous intent. After receiving the new order from the Succubus King, Alice quickly flew towards the depths of the central area. For half a day, nothing happened. Neither the Dragon Clan nor the Abyss Demon came to trouble Lin Moyu. The Origin Rune finally merged with himself. The red beam of light disappeared, and Lin Moyu was shrouded in red light all over. The moment the fusion was completed, Lin Moyu knew the location of the original space. In my mind, a map naturally forms. The original space is not on the upper level of the ancient battlefield, but on the lower level. At the same time, the back of Lin Moyu's hand was slightly hot, and a rune emerged. Acquired skills: strong soldiers. Strong soldiers. Within 30 seconds, all basic attributes of self and summoned objects will be increased by 200%, and the damage caused by all attacks will be increased by an additional 500%. 1 hour cooldown. Seeing the runes appearing on the back of Lin Moyu's hand, Mo Yun asked repeatedly, "Where is the origin space?" "Lower floor." Hearing Lin Moyu's answer, Mo Yun's pretty face suddenly wrinkled. She was disappointed. "Why are you in the lower level? It seems that there is no chance to go in a short time. The location of the original space is different every time it appears. Sometimes in the upper layer, sometimes in the lower layer, and sometimes go to the deep layer. Only those who have been recognized by the original rune can know the specific location, and then they are eligible to enter." This time, the original space appeared in the lower level, and the lower level can only be passed after completing 3 turns at level 70. At their current level, they simply can't make it through. Even if he could go, Mo Yun would not dare to go. She is only level 41, and Lin Moyu is only level 30. No matter how strong Lin Moyu is, if he is against a level 70 third-rank professional, or a top demon above level 70, he will still be unable to beat him. At that time, there may not even be a chance to escape. Mo Yun sighed, comforting herself. It's a good thing it's not in the depths, there's always a chance. Bai Yuan and Lin Moyu talked about the origin rune, but didn't elaborate. Perhaps he has never considered that Lin Moyu will get the origin rune when he comes to the ancient battlefield this time. Is there a space-time passage to the lower floor? Lin Moyu looked over with a questioning look in his eyes. Mo Yun shook her head and said, "The passage of time and space can only go from the lower floor to the upper floor, and it can stay for about an hour without doing anything. If you do it with people, the detention time will be further shortened, maybe only a few minutes." Lin Moyu guesses this is the rule. Is there no other way? Mo Yun tilted her head and thought for a while. Besides reaching level 70, there seems to be another way to advance to the lower level. It is said that in the center of the core area, there is a passage leading to the lower floor. However, there is a boss guarding there. If you want to enter the passage, you must kill the world boss. Lin Moyu asked, "How much?" Mo Yin said softly, it is level 68, it is said that no one has ever killed it, and it is also the only boss in the ancient battlefield that has not been killed. There used to be a top powerhouse who came from the lower level to the upper level through the spacetime channel, and made a special trip to kill it. In the end, it still couldn't kill it. Not only that, but the top powerhouse was also injured, a kind of injury that is difficult to heal. Speaking of this, Mo Yan's eyes changed, as if he saw the battle with his own eyes. The voice was even deeper, that boss is terrible, many professionals have died in its hands. Over time, no one went to that area. I just heard about the passage, and maybe there is no such passage at all. After you complete the third turn at level 70, you can go to the lower level. Anyway, the original space will not run. The last original space migration was 26 years ago, and there are 74 years before the next migration. The meaning in Mo Yun's words is to tell Lin Moyu not to think about fighting the boss. Just go to level 70 honestly, and then go to the lower space. After each migration in the origin space, 9 origin runes will be shot out along with it. These 9 origin runes will be scattered all over the ancient battlefield. The upper layer, the lower layer, and the deep layer are all possible. Similarly, the origin space will randomly appear somewhere, only by obtaining one of the original runes, and after 10 days, and completing the fusion with the rune, can one be qualified to enter the original space. Migration happens once in 100 years, if you get the rune but haven't entered the original space. When the time comes, J-Moon will also disappear. Someone once obtained the rune in the first half year of migration in the original space, but it migrated away before reaching the original space in time. That rune was also naturally invalidated, wasting a great opportunity. Lin Moyu understood the meaning of Mo Yun's words. I know it well. Mo Yun seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, and changed the subject. Your origin runes have been fused. What skills have you acquired? I heard that origin runes have very strong skills. Lin Moyu didn't hide it, and said his skills again. Mo Yun's understanding of the origin runes far exceeds that of Lin Moyu. Bai Yuan didn't explain it to Lin Moyu in such detail. The origin rune is particularly magical, and the skills it brings will change according to each profession. The same rune has different skills in different professions. This rune of yours is very suitable for you. The 30-second burst of full power, if used properly, the effect, okay, Zhao, will be very, very amazing. Mo Yun imagined it. If this skill is put on her, it will cause about 10 times the damage in 30 seconds. Used to fight mobs, no need. It is not enough to fight boss. The effect is extremely limited. Only a class like Lin Moyu, with a large number of summons, can deal considerable damage within 30 seconds. With amazement, she even said too very. Lin Moyu naturally knows better than her. Mo Yun continued her exclamation, original runes are amazing. For so many years, many god-level powerhouses have tried to study the original runes thoroughly, but unfortunately they can't understand them at all. Every painting and stroke of Yuanchi Huiwen seems to carry the most profound truth, which fascinates people. If I can study one origin rune thoroughly in my life, then I will have no regrets. At this moment, Mo Yan's eyes showed sincere yearning, telling her dream. Looking at her appearance, Lin Moyu glanced at the back of his hand. Isn't it just a word? What's so magical? Wrong. Lin Moyu was shocked. The rune in his eyes is the word, impressively. Not the characters of this world, but the characters of the previous world, Huaxia, Bing. He is too familiar with Chinese characters. So much so that I didn't react at first. Origin runes, how could Chinese characters appear? What does this mean? Will there be more things about Huaxia in the space? Lin Moyu lowered his head and squinted his eyes slightly, feeling as if he had come into contact with a great secret. Amazing, amazing. At this moment, Lin Moyu yearned for the original space. Can't wait to go in and have a look. Unfortunately, I can't go now. Either kill the boss in the center of the upper floor and go down the passage. Or just honestly upgrade to level 70, and then enter the lower level of the ancient battlefield from the outside world. There are only two ways, there is no other way. What are you thinking? You are not studying the origin rune. Mo Yun asked suddenly. Because Lin Moyu kept his head down all the time, as if he was studying the text. Mo Yun said with a chuckle, don't study it, you can study the origin rune thoroughly in a few clicks. If you want to study it, at least you have to wait until you have reached level 70, otherwise you will not even be eligible for research. Lin Moyu put away the shock in his eyes, raised his head and said, it's nothing, just take a look. It is impossible to say about the fact that I know the origin rune. Even Bai Yuan couldn't tell. It seems that this puzzle can only be solved in the original space. Lin Moyu thought in his heart, it is impossible to get the answer just by looking at the characters of. The real answer can only be found in the original space. Before that, let's upgrade first. To be qualified is to have strength. The two continued to walk towards the core area. The level of monsters along the way is getting higher and higher, and the number is also increasing. The professionals who act alone here have almost disappeared, and the professionals of the human race are all acting in teams here. And it's not just a single team, for safety reasons, several teams will not be too far apart. Distress signals still work here. The unity of the human race is evident. Human race professionals occupy a large area here, and there are many connections between teams, and they are not afraid of dragons or abyssal demons coming. Dragon professionals also act in teams, compared to humans, they are more scattered. The abyssal demon is even more so. A powerful high-level demon leads a group of low-level demons to scurry around. There are wars between the three, and the war never stops. Mo Yun came here with a red beam of light, which attracted the attention of many human professionals. Many people showed surprise. 2 people, one at level 41 and one at level 30, dare to wander here. Anyone who encounters a monster will be killed. Especially since Mo Yun is still under the light of the origin rune, he will be hunted down even more. Logically speaking, there is no way to get here. But they just came in, like walking, seeming to move forward slowly. Lin Moyu's footsteps are not slow. It seems that he is only walking step by step, but he can cover thousands of kilometers every day. Moving towards the direction of light, the ancient battlefield is extremely vast. After Lin Moyu arrived, he walked at least tens of thousands of kilometers. But the beam of light shooting up from the core seemed to have never moved. After Mo Yun rested for 2 days, she has fully recovered. At this time, there is only 1 day left before I can fully integrate the origin rune. At that time, even if she is killed, the other party will not get the origin rune. No one is willing to do things that are not beneficial, and she will become safe by then. The last day, hold on and pass. Lin Moyu and Mo Yun bypassed a monster blocking the road again. It didn't hesitate to walk a few more kilometers and didn't want to fight the monster. This kind of thing has happened countless times. Mo Yun said strangely, with your strength, it shouldn't be difficult to clear these monsters, so why take a detour? Lin Moyu glanced at her lightly, what are we here for? Looking for the God's Choice secret realm. Mo instinctively replied, with a strange look on his face, as if asking, don't you know? Lin Moyu said, that? Mo Yun shook her head. No one knows where God's chosen secret realm will appear. Someone once moved a big rock, and then entered the mysterious realm of God's choice. So everything depends on the fate. Lin Moyu said, since there is no purpose, isn't it the same wherever we go? Mo Yun suddenly had nothing to say. That's right, since there is no purpose, isn't it the same wherever you go? There is another reason Lin Moyu didn't say, he didn't want to gain experience. He has tried to kill monsters as little as possible, but now the density of monsters is getting higher and higher, and the aggressiveness of monsters is getting stronger and stronger. Many times he couldn't avoid it, so he could only kill it. Now the experience has reached 70%. If it continues like this, it won't take many days for him to upgrade. There is a difference between obtaining divinity at level 30 and obtaining divinity at level 31. According to what Bai Yuan said, Lin Moyu tried his best to strive for the best result. Their behavior around monsters fell into the eyes of other professionals, so that's not the case. Most people thought that the two were afraid and did not dare to provoke monsters. Think about it too, the monsters here are at least level 55. With their level, provoking is tantamount to death. Someone's eyes lit up when they saw Mo Yun, and they took the initiative to come over. Beautiful lady, my name is Claude. Now that you have obtained the origin rune, we can protect you. Claude is wearing the unique costumes of Eagle Country professionals, and also wears a sergeant badge on his shoulders, 8-star second lieutenant. Mo Yun shook her head, no need. The man showed disappointment, but miss, you will be in danger if you do this. There are many monsters here, and your origin runes will attract abyssal demons and dragons. As soon as he finished speaking, hearty laughter came from the side. The people of our Xinxia Empire don't need the protection of you Eagle Country people. A group of professionals came over, wearing costumes unique to the Divine Fortune Empire. A total of 18 people, the momentum is awe-inspiring. Such a team has a special title in the ancient battlefield. Boss team. They kept wandering around the ancient battlefield, looking for bosses to eliminate. In the ancient battlefield, there are an astonishing number of leader-level bosses. These leader-level bosses are not as powerful as Lord-level bosses and World-level bosses. The dropped stuff can't be considered too good either. But it will also drop a large number of equipment that ordinary monsters will not drop. Killing them is richly profitable. Occasionally, a few top-quality equipment will come out, which can not only improve your own equipment, but also exchange for a lot of money. In the ancient battlefield, there are quite a few boss teams like this. Mo Yun took a look and said in a low voice, it's from the Jialan Guild. Lin Moyu has also heard of the Jialan Guild because they are so famous. Jialan Guild, one of the largest guilds in the Xinxia Empire. It is stronger than the Imperial Dynasty Guild. Whether it is the Eternal Battlefield, the Yuan Battlefield, or the wilderness of the Xinxia Empire. There are people who have them. The team in front of me belongs to the boss team of Jialan Guild, and they wear the unique badge of Jialan Guild. A suit of equipment, all of which are top-level platinum-level equipment. There are even several pieces of boss jewelry. Jiang Wenshan didn't hide his aura level at all, with full confidence on his face. When he is over level 60, when he looks at Claude, he has a sense of looking down from above. Claude squeezed out a smile, so it's Jiang Wenshan from Jialan Guild. It's good to know me. Jiang Wenshan glanced at Claude casually, and then ignored him. Blatantly ignoring, Claude's face changed slightly, and finally he turned and left. He didn't dare to say anything, he was indeed not as good as Jiang Wenshan. If the two sides fight, he must be the one who suffers. I can't afford to offend him, so I can only admit cowardice. Not only him, but his team is even more so. After Claude returned, their team quickly moved away, and they really didn't want to provoke Jiang Shan. The Xinxia Empire couldn't afford it, the Jialan Guild couldn't afford it, Jiang Wenshan and the others couldn't afford it either. Jiang Wenshan looked at Mo Yun, Spirit Summoner, a medium-level legendary class, very powerful. Mo Yun smiled slightly, but didn't say anything. With his level, Mo Yun's level occupation can't hide from him. Then Jiang Wenshan looked at Lin Moyu again, showing surprise, only level 30, Necromancer? This is the first time I've heard of this profession. In the next second, his pupils shrank suddenly, and he stood up straight, saluting Lin Moyu, Jiang Wenshan, second lieutenant of 9 stars, I have met you, sir. The golden sergeant badges of Lin Moyu and Mo Yun are extremely dazzling. Although it is only one level higher than Jiang Wenshan's Jiaoxing second lieutenant, this level is the gap. In the army, there is no rank or occupation, only military rank. Rank is status. Lin Moyu also returned a military salute to him, are you from the army? Jiang Wenshan said loudly, yes, I used to be a soldier, but I retired later. Lin Moyu nodded. Well, go get busy and leave us alone. Good. Jiang Wenshan agreed without hesitation. As for safety, Lin Moyu looked like he was only level 30, but he came here safe and sound. It means that the opponent has absolute strength. And the opponent is still a colonel, how could he not have the corresponding strength? Even the devil won't believe it. Jiang Wenshan felt that Lin Moyu must have used some means to hide his rank. Certainly much more than level 30. Jiang Wenshan turned around and was about to leave when Mo Yun suddenly stopped him. Mo Yun also holds the rank of colonel, and Jiang Wenshan dare not neglect her at all. Mo Yun asked, have you seen God's chosen secret realm recently? Jiang Wenshan immediately pointed to a direction and said, this direction is 500 kilometers, and the time was 4 days ago. Lin Moyu's eyes lit up slightly. Unexpectedly, Jiang Wenshan hadn't actually seen him before. People like them who have been in the ancient battlefield for many years have basically entered the God's Choice secret realm. Each person can only enter God's Choice secret realm once. Regardless of success or failure, there is only one chance in a lifetime. God's Choice secret realm has no effect on them, so they don't care. God's Choice secret realm usually lasts about 10 days before changing places. They were discovered 4 days ago, and it is not known if they are still there. Thank you. Mo Yun thanked Jiang Wenshan. With a smile, Jiang Wenshan said loudly, you are welcome. After speaking, he left with the team. Lin Moyu found that many people in this team have a military temperament. This temperament cannot be deceived. This is a strong team. Mo Yun smiled, let's go there. Lin Moyu nodded, and the two walked towards the direction Jiang Wenshan pointed at. 500 kilometers can be reached in half a day. The red light soared into the sky and formed a pillar, hitting the sky that had not changed for countless years on the ancient battlefield, reflecting a bright red. Mo Yun's original rune fusion is coming to an end. In a day or so, the fusion will be fully complete. At that time, the battlefield will be vast, and it will not be easy to find her again. Moreover, Mo Yun still has a high-level random teleportation talisman, so if he wants to escape, it will not be difficult for him to sleep. After walking for a long time, there were waves of footsteps behind him. Jiang Wenshan's boss team went and returned, galloping all the way. Jiang Wenshan ran fast, with a dignified look on his face. It can be seen that he is a little anxious. Mo Yun asked, what's wrong? Jiang Wenshan said, I just received the news that near the core area, there are abyssal demons and dragon professionals appearing in groups. People from our guild have fought against them several times, but they seem to have another purpose. Judging from the direction, it should be directed at you. There are quite a few people in the Jialan Guild in the ancient battlefield, and they can exchange information in a timely manner. At this time, Mo Yun was still wearing the red light beam of the origin rune, which was particularly conspicuous and easy to find. Mo Yun glanced at Lin Moyu, and she noticed that Lin Moyu's expression was still calm and normal, without any worry. Lin Moyu said, the fusion is coming to an end, and it seems that they are preparing for the last fight. Or, they want revenge. Mo Yun said in a deep voice, the ones who can move there should be level 59 and 60 demons. In addition, dragon professionals. If not, I'll avoid it first. If she avoids it, the ancient battlefield is so big, it is not easy to find Lin Moyu. It's just that she would be more dangerous. Lin Moyu naturally couldn't agree, no need, just come and kill as many as you want. Lin Moyu spoke lightly, with full confidence in his words. He said to Han Wenshan, thank you for the news, they should be looking for me, you should leave to avoid being implicated. Jiang Wenshan laughed and said, there is no connection or non-involvement, our human race and them have always been enemies. Among the 3 clans, they kill when they meet. I have also killed many of them. What's more, the men and horses of our Jialan Guild have already taken action, and they will not be afraid of them at all. Lin Moyu didn't continue to stop, since that's the case. Halfway through speaking, he raised his head and looked into the sky, you really don't have to leave now. Under the light of the ancient battlefield, a large number of black spots appeared in the far sky. Each black dot is an abyssal demon. Then Lin Moyu looked in another direction, where there were also a large number of black spots. There is also the unique roar of the dragon clan. A large number of dragon professionals flew towards him from another direction. Jiang Wenshan also saw it, and shouted loudly, "Get ready to fight!" Brush. A cold light suddenly appeared, and the swords and soldiers were unsheathed. The team behind them quickly prepared for battle. These professionals, one by one, moved in unison, ordering and prohibiting. Everyone looked solemn, with fighting spirit in their eyes. Although he kept silent, it could be seen that his fighting consciousness was very strong. The Battle King's support in the team has already started to bless the state, and the skills are released one by one, buzzing non-stop. A team of 18 people, if they cooperate with each other tacitly, can fight against twice as many enemies. But now, the enemies they have to face are far more than this number. Even if you know you are invincible, you are not afraid, let alone panic. One by one with weapons in hand, they responded calmly. The temperament of a soldier is fully displayed at this moment. Jiang Wenshan passed on the situation here. Feedback is received in just 2 seconds. He said in a deep voice, "The reinforcements will come soon, we can hold on until." The people of the Jiaolan Guild are already on the move, and many human races there have also received the news, and are coming. At this moment, Jiang Wenshan was ready to fight to the death. Suddenly, Jiang Wenshan received an invitation from Lin Moyu, an invitation from the Legion. The sergeant's badge on Lin Moyu's shoulder is shining. After becoming a colonel, he is already eligible to open the Legion mode. At that time on the number 1 battlefield, it was the Legion Overlord who started the Legion mode. This time it was opened by Lin Moyu. Jiang Wenshan did not hesitate to join the Legion. Lin Moyu became the head of the Legion at this moment. At the same time, his information was revealed to several people. Legion Commander, Lin Moyu. Level, 30. Occupation, Necromancer. It's really level 30. Legion information does not lie, but at level 30, how could it be possible to come here? The black dots in the far sky approached quickly, and in just 10 seconds, they could already see the opponent's appearance clearly. At least 200 abyssal demons with a level over 60. On the other side, there are at least 10 teams of dragons, each with a number of people ranging from 6 to 18, adding up to more than 100 dragons. The number of enemies is almost 20 times that of one's own side. Jiang Wenshan's gaze was unprecedentedly serious. His blood was boiling, and his eyes were full of fighting spirit. This is a true veteran who has no fear, no matter what kind of difficulties he faces. Not just him, but his team as well. A gust of wind blows. The sky turned gray and the temperature dropped sharply. A burly Lich general appeared beside Lin Moyu. Then, the formed undead army appeared in front of them. General Lich raised his staff high, and amidst the roar, the entire legion shone brightly into the sky. Skill, Legion enhancement, lots of skeletons. Is that why he's here? Jiang Wenshan's eyes changed. Lin Moyu became mysterious in his eyes. Following Lin Moyu's will, the skeletons rushed towards the nearest monster. Siege, direct burst skills. Lin Moyu pointed at the same time. Skill, Curse of Damage. 10 times damage increase. This level 55 monster has no power to resist. It was killed in seconds after only 2 seconds. Then the corpse was dragged back by the skeletons. Lin Moyu asked Jiang Wenshan, "Is there a way to get them off?" People like Jiang Wenshan, who have been in the ancient battlefield all year round, often have to face the demons of the abyss. A set of coping methods has long been formed. Maybe they have the means to get those guys flying in the sky down. Just hit the ground. Lin Moyu will let them know what the real hell is. Jiang Wenshan said, "Yes, the Shadow Archmage in our team, her equipment happens to be the Air Forbidden skill. Although it is not as powerful as the top mage after the 3rd turn, it can also guarantee that they will not be able to lift into the air within 1 minute. Lin Moyu followed Jiang Wenshan's words and saw the petite female mage. Her weapon just provides the anti-air ability. Flying is prohibited within 1 minute, the skill range is 2000 meters, and the cooling time is 10 minutes. Compared with Mo Yun's anti-air skill, it has a larger range and a longer duration. Since you can't fly, then you're welcome. The first corpse is ready, please come to the second. Succubus Alice is also among them. Although it is only level 50, it is a lower level among the abyssal demons. However, its status is the highest among a group of abyssal demons. Possesses the identity of the messenger of the succubus king, and all abyssal demons must obey her command. Jiang Wenshan had already seen the demon coming over. He was slightly relieved. Fortunately, there are only high-level demons, and there are no lord-level demons. In the world of the abyss, there are countless types of demons and their numbers are endless. Classes are even more strictly regulated. Demons are distinguished by rank and class. Common demons below level 40, high-level demons from 40 to 69, and top-level demons above 70. In addition to the level, there are also differences in the demon class. The higher the class, the higher the status. Demon, lord-level demon, devil-level demon. The rigorous method of distinction clearly distinguishes the status of demons. Lin Moyu is also very aware of the difference. For example, the Chiwa demon he encountered a few days ago is a lord-level demon. In terms of status, demons of the same level cannot compare with it at all. Only those top-level demons, 320, who have exceeded level 70, can be compared with the level 55 Chiwa demon. It's just that the Chiwa demon is a little special, different from ordinary demons. Its thinking is too simple, it has the strength of a lord-level demon, but it does not have the wisdom of a lord-level demon. It can only be used as a thug. There is also a distinction between the dragon clan and the class. Their distinction is rougher and more brainless, which is in line with the character of the dragon clan. The purer the blood, the higher the status. Therefore, there are commoner dragon clans and noble dragon clans in the dragon clan. Even if a level 70 ordinary dragon meets a level 30 noble, the status and rights are not as good as the opponent. This is the case with the dragon clan, only the bloodline theory. The dragons who came here now have several powerful bloodlines. It can be distinguished from the aura and equipment permeating them. Their aura is stronger, and their equipment is more gorgeous and refined. The equipment is inlaid with a large number of jewels, colorful and in line with the characteristics of the dragon. They belong to the noble class in the dragon clan. Lin Moyu looked at these dragons who were coming quickly. These equipments seem to be good. Mo Yun narrowed her eyes to Lin Moyu. This guy is playing someone else's equipment master again. Lin Moyu turned his head to Jiang Hansan and said, "In a moment, listen to my command and use the anti-air skill." Jiang Hansan nodded, understood. The Shadow Master also nodded, understood. Jiang Hansan chose to believe in Lin Moyu, and they chose to believe in Jiang Hansan. The Abyss Demon stopped when it was more than 500 meters away from Lin Moyu. They spread out one after another, filling the sky densely, with an interval of more than 100 meters between them. It is completely aimed at Lin Moyu's corpse burst skill. Alice fixed her eyes on Lin Moyu, which was the farthest from Lin Moyu. When I saw Lin Moyu's indifferent and even relaxed expression, for some reason, fear grew in my heart. She took out a crystal ball and threw it down. There seemed to be flames flickering in the crystal ball. With a bang, the crystal ball hit the ground and exploded, forming a large sea of flames. The sea of fire presented a strange black-green color, burning blazingly on the solid pitch-black ground. The earth was instantly burned into liquid and turned into magma, which is enough to show the high temperature of the flame. Mo Yun and Jiang Hanwen's expressions changed drastically at the same time, and Mo Yun even exclaimed, "The fire of the abyss." Lin Moyu looked back with doubts. He has never heard of the fire of the abyss. Mo Yun explained, "It is said that the fire of the abyss is the source of power for the demons of the abyss. The first demon in the abyss was born from the fire of the abyss. Within the area covered by the flames of the abyss, the power of the abyssal demons will increase significantly. Jiang Hanshan also said at this time, within the range of flames, the strength of the abyssal demon can be increased by at least 30%. Lin Moyu probably understands that the fire of the abyss can almost be regarded as the state bonus of the abyss demon. The attributes of the abyssal demons were originally the highest among the three races. If the bonuses were added, their attributes would be even more astonishing. Jiang Hanshan continued, it is also because of the existence of the fire of the abyss that our human army has attacked the abyss several times, but they all failed. We must be careful. After releasing the fire of the abyss, Ai Lilin shouted, do it. Suddenly, ancient abyss demon rushed over. They have ferocious faces and exude a powerful aura. The dark power of the abyss in his hand is rolling and flowing, swaying a large number of attacks. The power of the abyss turned into a black sword, falling like raindrops. There are also some abyss powers that drive the fire of the abyss, forming black and green fireballs that descend from the sky. There are even abyssal demons flapping their wings, forming a tornado-like attack. Several abyssal demons suddenly disappeared in the air. Jiang Hanshan shouted loudly, be careful. He wanted to come to protect Lin Moyu, but Lin Moyu stopped him with his eyes. 4 pointed daggers appeared beside Lin Moyu at the same time. 4 invisible abyssal demons approached Lin Moyu and launched a sneak attack. Bang bang bang. 4 crisp sounds sounded in a row. The skeleton armor is extremely bright. All their attacks were blocked by the skeleton armor. As long as you come, I'm afraid you won't come down. The corner of the mouth raised slightly, and he stretched out his hand to press it. Skill, slow curse. Under the curse, 4 abyssal demons appeared at the same time. The 4 demons are short in stature, no more than 1.5 meters tall. With a half-bowed body and a pair of small wings growing behind it, it is not as tall and mighty as other high-ranking demons. A trace of panic clearly flashed in the eyes of the 4 demons, and they retreated instantly. Draw after images in the air at a very fast speed. Seeing Lin Moyu's mouth slightly raised, Succubus Alice couldn't help trembling, realizing that there was a problem. It saw a corpse through the gap of the skeleton, a very fresh monster corpse. The red light flashed again, and the slow curse instantly turned into a hurt curse. Almost at the same time, there was a loud bang. The monster corpse was detonated. The 4 abyssal demons didn't even make a sound, and were killed on the spot. A level 55 monster might not have as much vitality as a level 60 abyssal demon. But 10 times the damage curse, 10 times the corpse burst. With the double damage increase, even a level 60 abyssal demon can't handle it. Seeing this scene, Jiang Hanshan trembled unconsciously. He knew the 4 dead demons, named Abyss Knight Demon. It is somewhat similar to the human assassin profession. They can be invisible, very fast, have great explosive power, and are good at sneak attacks. It is even possible to instantly kill mages, assistants, and other crispy professionals of the same level. The disadvantage is that the vitality and defense are weak, and once caught, it is also easy to be killed. But no matter how easy it is, it won't be killed in seconds. There were 4 more fresh corpses. The battle turned in its favor from the start. Alice yelled loudly in the air, spread out, be careful of Lin Moyu's group attack skills. A large number of attacks from the Abyss Demon fell. Bang 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 on Lin Moyu. The bone armor gleamed and creaked. The attack power is indeed powerful, although it is not as good as the earth-touching dragon god, but it is no worse than the Scarlet Moon Demon. Even the skeleton armor can't last a few hits. Lin Moyu conveniently added a layer of bone armor for himself, and at the same time added a layer for Mo Yun. As for Jiang Hanshan and others, he is not in charge at all. The Shadow Master in the team cast a black cloud over everyone's heads, blocking all attacks. The abyssal demons scatter and attack from a long distance. This is the way Succubus Alice decided from the beginning. In her opinion, only this style of play is safe. As for the sneak attack by the 4 Abyss Knight Devils, it was just an attempt. Did not expect to fail. Lin Moyu ignored the scattered abyssal demons, and looked at the dragon professionals who had rushed over on the other side. The brains of the dragon clan are relatively straightforward, and they rushed straight at 1.3. Don't care what the abyssal demon is doing at all. It can also be said that they simply ignored the abyssal demons. After receiving the order from the Dragon King, their target was Lin Moyu, and they chopped Lin Moyu into fine pieces. The assistants in the team have filled up their status one after another, and the melee fighters are currently rushing towards Lin Moyu. This kind is my favorite. Lin Moyu chuckled. A skeleton picked up the corpse of the Abyss Knight demon, and threw it on it. Mo Yin said softly, "It's going to rain again." Jiang Hanshan hasn't reacted yet. First there was a flash of red light, and then there was a strong explosion. The volley explosion is more powerful than the explosion on the ground. In one explosion, nearly half of the dragon professionals were killed. Corpses fell down one after another, like rain. It was only then that Jiang Hanshan realized that the rain Mo Yun had meant. Corpses rain. Several dragon professionals of the noble class also rushed to the front. Their gorgeous armor failed to protect them, and they also died in an explosion. There are more and more fresh corpses. Corpses are the best weapons. The succubus was so angry that her face turned purple, and she bit her lip with her small fangs, almost tearing her lip. These dragons, come here to make trouble. But in a blink of an eye, joy appeared in her eyes again. The sexy tongue slowly licked his lips. Perhaps, these dragons can also be used as waste. Now there are at least 50 corpses below. In this case, who can get close to Lin Moyu? Who dares to get close to Lin Moyu? Even a lord-level demon can't bear it. This skill of Lin Moyu is really abnormal. The dragon clan was bombed. Those who come here will lose nearly half of their days. Except for some auxiliary and remote occupations. All melees were blown to death. Even the 3 nobles who led the team died thoroughly. Although these dragons don't have a lot of brains, they now know that they can't get close to Lin Moyu. Look at the demons in the abyss, how far away they are. They took off one after another, flying very high, away from Lin Moyu. Use long-range attack. The only remaining noble assistant roared loudly, and he looked at Lin Moyu with a hint of fear in his eyes. All of a sudden, he was really scared. Archers shot a round of arrows, and mages began to cast various large spells. Fireball 02, lightning, violent wind and rain kept falling. Although the distance is far, the power will be weakened a lot, and it cannot be locked. Fortunately, their levels are very high, all over level 60. Even if the distance is long, the power of the skill is still great, and it can use a wide range of attacks without locking. Like the abyssal demons, they attacked Lin Moyu from a distance of several hundred meters. Lin Moyu had a cold look in his eyes. "I can't fly if you bully me. Let them drop." Lin Moyu gave the order. A golden light burst out from the weapon of the Shadow Master. The golden light shot straight into the sky, and then exploded, creating a huge golden ring. The circle spanned thousands of meters in an instant, covering the surroundings. The abyssal demons and dragon monsters who were still attacking a second ago suddenly lost their ability to fly and fell down. What's going on? How could this happen? Why can't I fly? No air. Someone has used the airband skill. The abyss demons and dragons really fell from a height of several hundred meters like raindrops. With a thought in Lin Moyu's mind, the undead army appeared one after another. The Lich General also adds status to the skeletons. For a moment, the sky was filled with white light. Jiang Hanshan's eyelids twitched, and he looked at the densely packed spirit army in disbelief. How, so many? The skeleton is very powerful, he has just seen it before. Plus this amount. This is probably able to kill all the way to the core center. Who else can stop it? Suddenly, he thought of the 2 color changes in the sky that happened in succession some time ago. The world boss was killed twice, and he couldn't help thinking, could it be him? Not only him, Jiang Hanshan's teammates were also stunned. There are so many skeletons, each with a forest of chi, full of murderous intent. Horrible. The skeletons picked up the fresh corpses on the ground one after another, waiting for orders at any time. The falling demons and dragons were all panicked when they saw so many skeletons appearing below. They saw with their own eyes that the skeletons carried the corpses and ran towards them. Succubus Alice is also among them, falling along with the large army. Under the anti-air skill, they have no choice but to watch themselves fall. Having experienced the experience last time, this time Alice is already prepared. Being banned is also within the expected range. Then she took out a black gemstone. It is 89 points similar to the gemstone that opened the space-time channel when the Succubus King was summoned last time. They are also given by the Succubus King, but their functions are different. The gem was activated, emitting a misty light that enveloped Alice. Alice, who was falling, suddenly stopped and quickly rose into the sky. Forbidden air skills have no effect on it. There are high-level items that offset my anti-air skills. The Shadow Master said softly. Lin Moyu hummed, "It's okay." Looking at the old mature demon who had reascended into the sky, Lin Moyu knew that it must be something given by the Succubus King. It has escaped from his hands 3 times and 4 times, it seems that this time it still can't kill it. The skeletons threw corpses at the falling demons and dragons. Lin Moyu unceremoniously cast the injury curse, detonating the corpse in the air. Many demons and dragons had no power to resist, and were blown to death in the air before landing. The skeleton warrior had already rushed over, ignoring the flames of the abyss, and rushed below. Just waiting for the demons and dragons to land, the sword in their hands is ready to go. Lin Moyu also followed. The moment you step into the fire of the abyss, the bone armor glistens to block the damage. In the eyes of these abyssal demons, Lin Moyu is more like a demon at this time. As long as it enters its skill range, it will detonate the corpse. The corpse explosion kills a range of 160 meters, and can kill several demons each time. Before they hit the ground, more than half of them were damaged. After landing, what awaited them was the big swords of the skeletons, and the covering blows of the skeleton quenchers. Lin Moyu is like a god of killing, one by one demons die in its hands. The Dragon Clan was not much better, although Lin Moyu didn't greet him personally, but the attacks of skeleton warriors and skeleton mages also made it difficult for them. Seeing this, Jiang Hanshan and the others felt that their determination to fight to the death was in vain. This is not a battle, it is simply a unilateral massacre. These level 60 high-level demons are nothing compared to Lin Moyu, a mere level 30 human professional. Killed like chopping melons and vegetables. Captain, it seems that we don't need to do it. These demons are almost dead, and so are the dragons. Jiang Hanshan didn't seem to hear the words of his team members. At this moment, his attention was completely attracted by his sergeant badge. Gone was the silver ensign badge, as were the 9 stars, replaced by a gold colonel badge. Become a colonel yourself. Jiang Hanshan was overjoyed, you see your sergeant's badge. Hearing Jiang Hanshan's words, everyone looked at their sergeant badges. Everyone's sergeant's badge is glowing. Without exception, all were upgraded. Although he didn't change from a second lieutenant to a colonel like Jiang Hanshan, they all rose to stars. At this moment, the eyes of everyone looking at Lin Moyu changed. Everyone was so friendly. Lin Moyu guessed right, these people used to be soldiers. They quit the army for various reasons, and their experience in the army makes them value their rank more than ordinary people. A soldier who doesn't want to be a general is not a good soldier. Becoming a general is the ultimate dream of every soldier. They would think that originally Lin Moyu could solve these demons and dragons by himself, and he didn't need them at all. These military achievements are equivalent to being given to them by Lin Moyu for nothing. How can I not be grateful? Lin Moyu didn't think so much, he just didn't want to upgrade, and he didn't want to hurt them by mistake. Only then did they form a legion and share the experience equally among them. As for military exploits, Lin Moyu didn't value it as much as they did. Lin Moyu led the army of the undead to kill in the raging fire of the abyss. Just 1 minute is enough. Even after a minute, these demons would not be able to escape under the full force of the skeleton warriors. When the skeleton fighters deal with them, the first target is the wings. Now that you're down, don't even think about flying up again. There were screams, one after another. The increase brought by the fire of the abyss is useless. One-on-one, perhaps stronger than skeleton warriors. The problem now is gang fights, which don't make sense at all. Alice initially stayed at an altitude of 500 meters. Then I felt unsafe and flew a little higher. Seeing everything happening on the ground, it took a deep breath. It's almost there. It controls the gemstone in the hand, and the gemstone emits a faint light. The projection of the Succubus King appeared again in the light. The Succubus King smiled coquettishly. Are you sure? Alice nodded. All are ready, a total of 228 high-level demons over level 60. Now 160, no, 161 are dead. 126 dragons, 93 are dead now. Why demons plus dragons? More than 250 have died. The Succubus King laughed again and again. I didn't expect the Dragon Clan to join in the fun. Just in time, let's borrow their blood power. It stretched out its slender and beautiful fingers, pointing a little below. The fire of the abyss exploded in an instant, covering the talent in an instant. The earth was burned almost instantly. Oops! Jiang Hanshan roared fiercely, and released group defense skills. There are dark green flames everywhere between the sky and the earth, obscuring the line of sight. Nothing to see but flames. Jiang Hanshan swallowed with difficulty. There should be a top demon attacking. His complexion is very ugly, and the group defense skills are rapidly weakening. The damage of the fire far outweighs its defense. Jiang Hanshan gritted his teeth and tried his best to defend himself. But it only persisted for 5 seconds before the shield was declared broken. The flames poured down, and Jiang Hanshan's long sword pierced the ground, raising his head and roaring, "The damage is taken." Light erupted from him, covering all the team members again. Then he roared again, "Extreme defense." The two skills cooperate with each other, and all the damage in the flames is left to him alone. "You guys, run away." Jiang Hanshan gritted his teeth and said. He had to maintain these two skills, especially the first, damage-bearing, skill, which made him unable to move. But his teammates can, as long as they can escape, there is hope of life. Jiang Hanshan felt a little sorry, but he was about to die when he was just promoted to colonel. At this moment, he thought of Lin Moyu. I don't know what happened to Lin Moyu. Jiang Hanshan persisted, and when he looked back, none of his teammates moved. The flames are so powerful that he alone has to bear the damage of 18 people at the same time. Even the ultimate defense can't last long. 10 seconds later, the limit defense also reached the end, and the light was extremely dim. At this time a low shout was heard. Another shield opened. Another knight in the team smiled. "Captain, you forgot that I am also a knight." "Really didn't think about it," Jiang Hanshan laughed, "good brotherly. He has no fear of death." The whole team showed no fear. If you are afraid of death, you will not come to the ancient battlefield. The shield shatters after 3 seconds. Then, like Jiang Hanshan, he used damage acceptance and ultimate defense factory. It's just that he persisted for a shorter time. The knight's skills are all on cooling. The flames struck again. With a buzzing sound, the holy light illuminated the earth, pushed away the flames, and opened up a piece of sky. Mo Yun's Holy Spirit Unicorn ran to them at some point and opened its shield. The shield of the Holy Spirit Unicorn has a holy breath, and it is the enemy of the power of the abyss. Although its level is not high, its defense effect is even better than that of Jianghan Mountain. Mo Yun walked slowly from the flames. The bone armor on his body gleamed, completely blocking the fire of the abyss. Her appearance once again gave everyone hope. If Mo Yun is not dead, then Lin Moyu should be fine. Sure enough, he walked out of the flames after a few seconds. He raised his hand to point at Jiang Hanshan and others and pressed down gently. Skeleton armor appeared on them one after another. Jiang Hanshan said in a low voice, "There should be a top demon over level 70 who made the move." Lin Moyu shook his head, "It's not the top demon, but the Succubus King." When the Succubus King appeared just now, Lin Moyu saw it. Knowing that all of this is its fault. Jiang Hanshan was shocked. "Ghost King? How could it be?" Lin Moyu said, "It wanted to kill me, but it failed last time, but this time it changed its trick. It almost got you guys involved." Jiang Hanshan quickly shook his head, "There is nothing to be implicated or not to be implicated, our human race and the abyss are immortal." Lin Moyu hummed, quietly watching the flame change. "Do you want to burn yourself to death just by relying on the fire of the abyss? Impossible. The Succubus King must also know that there must be other means." The defense of the Holy Spirit Unicorn also reached its limit, so Mo Yun put away the Holy Spirit Unicorn directly. The bone armor gleamed in the flames, and it was extremely strong, blocking all damage. Everyone was extremely surprised, they didn't expect this defensive skill to be so powerful. Standing in the fierce abyss of fire, he was able to grow rich and unharmed. The most important thing is that this skill can be used on others. Too strong. Every skill that Lin Moyu has displayed so far is so powerful and almost perfect. The fire of the abyss burned for a full 2 minutes before finally changing. The flame swirled like a tornado. Lin Moyu saw that a large number of corpses were rolled up by the flames, flying in the air, and turned into ashes. Although the corpse was burned, the essence of life in the corpse remained. The life essence of demons and dragons, combined with the fire of the abyss. Mo Yun's pretty face changed. "No, the Succubus King is summoning the abyss fire spirit. This is a secret technique of the abyss. By sacrificing a large number of lives, you can summon the fire spirit from the fire of the abyss." Lin Moyu asked, "Is it very strong?" Mo Yun shook her head, "It's hard to say. Whether the fire spirit is strong or not depends on whether there are enough lives sacrificed and whether it is strong enough. But no matter what, the flames of the abyss are stronger than the Lord-level demons of the same level." It was also the first time for Lianjiang Hanshan to see the flames of the abyss, and he never expected such a thing to exist. Stronger than a Lord-level demon. This does not mean that it is almost equal to the Lord-level boss. They usually don't dare to touch this kind of boss, unless they gather a full force. At least 40 or even 50 people can fight it. Not even sure enough. Lin Moyu said in a deep voice, "So, it might be stronger than the Chiwa demon." Mo Yun gritted her teeth, hummed hard, "Very likely. After all, the sacrifices were all demons and dragons above level 60, and this abyssal fire spirit is at least level 60. Level 60, at least the same strength as a Lord-level demon." Lin Moyu was not afraid, but became interested. "Abyss fire spirit is so strong, will it drop anything?" Mo Yun obviously has a deep understanding of this. She has a good family background and knows a lot of knowledge. It is said that it will drop fire gems, which can increase resistance to fire elements after use. Fire gem? Sounds similar to poison gem. And the functions are about the same. Lin Moyu blurted out and asked, "Can the fire gem master the skills of the fire department?" Mo Yun immediately shook her head. "How is that possible?" Lin Moyu was slightly disappointed. "It seems that it is still not as good as the earth-touching the dragon god." "I don't know who is stronger than the earth-touching dragon god." Lin Moyu looked at the rapidly forming flames of the abyss, and his eyes were filled with fighting spirit. Even if you can't master new skills, just improving the fire resistance is a good treasure. There is never too much of this kind of good stuff. Hearing the conversation between the two at the side, Jiang Hanshan and the others felt overwhelmed. Jiang Hanshan couldn't help asking, "Mr. Lin, did you kill the earth-touching dragon god?" Lin Moyu said, "Don't call me sir, you are also a colonel now. I just killed it a few days ago, and it's a good boss." Lin Moyu refers to the good drop items, not only the leg meat, but also let him master new skills. Without this new skill, the level of the Scarlet Moon Demon would be very troublesome. Jiang Hanshan was shocked as if struck by lightning. Even the earth-touching dragon god can kill it. This combat power far exceeded his expectations. Jiang Hanshan couldn't help but asked again, recently, 2 world-class bosses were killed in a row, did you kill them all? Lin Moyu hummed, there is also a soul-eating worm mother, who came out after killing the soul-eating worm king. This is also a good boss, but unfortunately there is no meat. Jiang Hanshan didn't want to talk anymore. Li Hao, there are 2 world bosses, he has been here for many years, but he has not been able to kill one. If it is said that becoming a god would be his dream as a soldier, then killing the world boss is the dream of the knight in him. Idol. At this moment Lin Moyu has completely become his idol. The Abyss Fire Spirit finally took shape. It is about 5 meters high, and it is full of raging flames. It looks like a fire elemental elf, but it is so pure. Incorporating the life essence of the dragon race, the Abyss Fire Spirit has the characteristics of the dragon race in appearance. Those demons and dragons who were not killed by Lin Moyu were all burned to death in a sacrifice by the Succubus King. Succubus King's captivating laughter sounded in the air, little friend Lin Moyu, I invite you to enjoy my hospitality. If you can survive this time, I will definitely invite you to my palace next time, and invite you to taste my abyss delicacies. Amidst the charming laughter, the Succubus King slowly disappeared and left. The Abyss Fire Spirit revived and let out a roar that shook the sky. The flames spread into the sky, forming a huge flame enchantment. An enchantment enveloped Lin Moyu and others. This is a never-ending battle, regardless of victory or defeat, only life and death. This has always been the case between the human race and the abyssal demons. The Abyss Fire Spirit rushed towards Lin Moyu with a roar. According to the will of the Succubus King, Lin Moyu is its greatest enemy and must be eliminated. Stand back. Lin Moyu said something to Mo Yun and Jiang Hanshan. With a thought, the undead army appeared again. The Succubus King appeared just now, and the flames of the abyss rioted. He put away the undead army in time. The Lich General regained his status, and the skeleton warriors rushed towards the Abyss Fire Spirit. The skeleton mage's attack came one step earlier than the skeleton warrior, crashing down. None of the fire-type skeleton mages did anything, and the fire elements were immune, so it was useless for them to do it. The Abyss Fire Spirit screamed and collided with the skeletons. With a loud bang, a large number of skeleton warriors were knocked into the air. Purely from the point of view of strength, the skeleton warrior is not as good as it. But the number of skeleton warriors was enough, and it fell into siege after hitting a group of skeleton warriors. The Abyss Fire Spirit can sweep away dozens of skeleton fighters every time it attacks, but there are too many skeleton fighters, and new skeleton fighters will immediately fill the gaps. The target of the flame of the abyss is still Lin Moyu. It jumped up and jumped towards Lin Moyu. The skeleton warriors also jumped up one after another, blocking it with their bodies. Protecting Lin Moyu, the skeleton warrior is not afraid of death. While the two sides were fighting, the detection technique had already fallen on the Abyss Fire Spirit. Abyss Fire Spirit. Level 60. Power 100,000. Agility 80,000. Spirit 150000. Physique 100000. Skills: Sea of Fire, Burning Halo 637, Lava Eruption. Characteristics: Immune to fire elements, 50% reduction in dark element damage, 50% reduction in curse effects, and 50% reduction in physical damage. The total attribute is as high as 430,000, which is only 10,000 worse than the 58th level world boss, Earth-touching Dragon God. It is a full 130,000 higher than the level 55 Lord level Chiwa Demon. Especially its series of characteristics, the obvious fusion part. What Mo Yun said was right, it was stronger than a Lord-level demon of the same level. There are no corpses around. If there are still dozens of corpses, they can be killed easily. But now, it can only be ground. Jiang Hanshan also saw the attributes of the Abyss Fire Spirit, and felt a little apprehensive. This attribute is much stronger than the boss they fight. They usually fight ordinary bosses around level 50 to 55. The total attributes are between 250,000 and 300,000. They don't dare to touch the Lord-level bosses anymore, they really can't beat them. They followed Lin Moyu's words and gradually retreated to the edge of the barrier. Succubus Alice showed a bright smile in the sky. In its view, the Abyss Fire Spirit is much stronger than the Red Moon Demon. And there are no short boards. No matter how strong Lin Moyu is, he is only level 30, so he must be dead. Ability, Burning Aura. The flames of the abyss suddenly lit up all over. Then a halo appeared at the foot. With a bang, the skeleton armor of everyone in the barrier lit up, including Jiang Hanshan. Even if they retreated to the edge of the barrier, they were still attacked. The burning aura will continuously cause fire damage to nearby enemies. Judging from the performance of the bone armor, the damage is not weak. Skeletons and Lich generals are also under attack. Fortunately, General Lich has Legion healing skills, and this type of group attack is what he is least afraid of. Even Lin Moyu can ignore the poisonous mist that touches the dragon god on the earth. What's more, this kind of burning aura is simply weak. The Abyss Fire Spirit couldn't break through the siege of the skeleton warrior several times, roaring again and again, obviously in a hurry. The flames exploded violently. In an instant, the barrier turned into a sea of flames. Standing in a sea of flames, the damage continues. Another persistent group attack skill. Then the light on it continued to flash. The earth roared, and a large amount of magma was ejected from the ground. Magma falls in the air and turns into lava. It hit the entire enchantment like a torrential rain. It is still a continuous group attack skill. The three skills are continuous group attacks, and the attack power is not great individually. But together, the damage is also very considerable. Lin Moyu quickly calculated that with the strength of the skeleton armor, he could only last for about a minute. A minute later, he was fine, but Jiang Hanshan and the others, as well as Mo Yun, needed to go over and fill them with bone armor. Lin Moyu hates trouble. Then resolve the battle within a minute. Lin Moyu's heart skipped a beat. On the palm of the hand, the original rune of the word gleamed. Skills, Strong Soldiers. Strong Soldiers, within 30 seconds, all basic attributes of self and summoned objects will be increased by 200%, and the damage caused by all attacks will be increased by an additional 500%. 1 hour cooldown. Soldier, characters flew out, and thousands of points of light burst out and fell on each skeleton. All the skeletons emitted a pale white light. Thousands of large light bulbs were added, and the inside of the enchantment was illuminated like daytime. The attributes of the skeleton warriors are all improved, and the basic attributes are also improved. For level 30 skeleton warriors, the basic attributes are all 40,000. Now up to a staggering 120,000. Plus the skill bonus of General Lich. Each attribute is more than 150,000. The attack power has increased by a full 3 times than before. Plus a 500% damage bonus. For 30 seconds, the damage that each skeleton can do is increased by 15 times. The same goes for the skeleton mage. Not only them, but also Lin Moyu himself. Lin Moyu checked his mental power attributes. The basic mental power attribute has reached 57,000 points at this moment, and after counting the equipment, it is as high as 60,000 points. 30 seconds, kill this guy. The skills of the skeleton warriors exploded in an all-round way. The skills of the skeleton mage hit like a tsunami. Lin Moyu is not idle either. The hurting curse is thrown, and the soul flame burns brightly at the same time. Boom! Under a round of concentrated fire attacks, the Abyss Fire Spirit didn't even have time to scream, and was instantly killed. Even stronger than the Lord-level boss, the first-line Abyss Flame was killed in just one wave of attacks. Kill the Abyss Fire Spirit, experience plus etc., obtain the Flame Gem. Looking at the information that popped up, Lin Moyu, the instigator, was a little confused. Is it that powerful? Totally beyond imagination. Jiang Hanshan and the others were also taken aback. It was killed in seconds. The monster equivalent to the Lord-level boss was instantly killed, and no one would believe it. Succubus Alice's face changed drastically. Oops, I forgot the skills after the fusion of the original runes. It watched the Abyss Fire Spirit being instantly killed with its own eyes, and the shock in its heart had reached an indescribable level. The look in Lin Moyu's eyes was full of fear. Lin Moyu can give different answers every time he faces a difficult problem. The earth-touching dragon god couldn't kill him, the Chiwa demon couldn't kill him, and even the Abyss Fire Spirit couldn't kill him either. And the worst thing was the Abyss Fire Spirit, who was instantly killed. It's a monster. Alice wanted to run away. The white light flickered, and Mo Yun suddenly rushed over sitting on the Holy Spirit unicorn. Alice screamed strangely, turned around and fled without thinking. It knew that Mo Yun also had the ability to ban air. If it falls, think of Lin Moyu below. It doesn't want to die, it hasn't lived enough. The speed of the Holy Spirit unicorn is very, very fast, and it is approaching in the blink of an eye. Seeing being chased closer and closer, Alice's heart skipped a beat. It crushed the black stone in his palm violently. A space-time channel appeared in front of it, and Alice swished into it. Escaped. Lin Moyu felt the breath of the abyss from the time-space channel. Alice escaped from the ancient battlefield and fled into the abyss world. The space-time channel was quickly closed, and the barrier also collapsed and shattered at the same time. A battle came to an end. After 30 seconds, the white light on the skeleton warrior gradually disappeared. The characters on the back of the hand seemed to have fallen into a deep sleep, and there was no movement. It goes into cooldown and takes an hour to recover. For Lin Moyu, this skill is too strong. During these 30 seconds, the combat power that erupted was so strong that it was against the sky. Mo Yun flew back, let it escape. Lin Moyu hummed, it fled back to the abyss. At this time a figure appeared in the distance, and a large number of professionals were coming. They are all human professionals. Lin Moyu frowned, let's go. Okay. Mo Yun didn't like dealing with too many people either. The two left quickly, walking fast. Let Jiang Wenshan deal with those people. God's Choice Secret Realm. The entrance is no more than 2 meters high and wide. Located between two boulders, there is a faint light. Under the intertwined colors of the ancient battlefield, looks very inconspicuous. If you do not observe carefully, this entrance is easily overlooked. After Lin Moyu and Mo Yun came here, they also understood why Jiang Hanshan and others noticed this entrance. Not far from the entrance, there is an area where fighting has clearly taken place. The land of the ancient battlefield seems to have the ability to repair itself. Here, no matter how fierce the battle is, no matter what kind of damage is caused to the earth, it just takes a while to get back to normal. There should be a boss here, Jiang Hanshan, they should be the God's Choice Secret Realm they discovered when they came here to fight the boss. Their people should have entered the God's Choice Secret Realm, and there is no way to enter it a second time. Fortunately, no one has come here these days. Mo Yun quickly analyzed, even if he missed, it was almost the same. Lin Moyu hummed, let's go in. Mo Yun nodded. The two stepped into the secret realm of God's Choice together. After the two entered, the entrance to the God's Choice Secret Realm changed. It gradually distorted and deformed, and finally disappeared like a bubble. As long as someone enters the God's Choice Secret Realm, regardless of success or failure, the entrance to the God's Choice Secret Realm will disappear. It will show up elsewhere in a couple of days. Every time the entrance of God's Choice Secret Realm appears, if no one enters, it can last for 10 days, and the location will be changed after 10 days. If someone enters, it will be transferred immediately. Lin Moyu and Mo Yun experienced a not-so-short teleportation. The two each landed on a different platform. The distance is only half a meter, which is blocked by the invisible calendar. Can see and hear each other, but cannot cross the platform. The azure blue light filled the line of sight. The blue light is like water waves, coming in waves. Then two blue passages were intertwined in front of the two of them, heading straight to the clouds. Blue sky and white clouds, two blue channels, go straight to the clouds. At the moment of entering the platform, all equipment attributes are invalid. The skeleton disappears and returns to the summoning space. Lin Moyu understands that here, he can only rely on himself. No external force can be used. The same is true for Mo Yun, her Holy Spirit unicorn has also disappeared. But the origin rune of the word on the back of the hand can still be used. The restrictions of God's choice secret realm don't seem to affect it. Lin Moyu didn't move, and asked Mo Yun, "How much do you know about God's choice secret realm?" Mo Yun's family background is very good, and the elders in the family have experienced a lot, and they all have inheritance. What she knows is far beyond ordinary people. Mo Yun said, "The secret realm of God's choice is very simple." The elders of the family only left one sentence: go forward with all your strength, and don't take half a step back. 11. Go forward with all your strength, never take half a step back. Bai Yuan also told him this. When 100 people enter the secret realm of God's choice, they may face 100 different situations. Therefore, the situation of Bai Yuan's entering the God's choice secret realm back then has no reference value for Lin Moyu. The only thing that remains the same is that we move forward with all our strength and never take half a step back. This is the only rule in God's choice secret realm. Mo Yun smiled, "I'm going." As she spoke, she stepped into the blue passage. The moment she stepped into the blue passage, the platform disappeared instantly. The channel also changes accordingly. There is no retreat behind her. As long as she takes a step back, she will directly leave the God's choice secret realm. And this life cannot be re-entered. Just move forward, keep moving forward. Lin Moyu took a deep breath and stepped into the passage. Entering the channel, a pressure instantly fell on the body, reaching the soul. The pressure comes from the spiritual level, as if there is a voice constantly talking to him. Go back, go back. Lin Moyu thought about it and narrowed his voice. Lin Moyu already understood that he is a legal professional. Strength, agility, and physique are not very good, much worse than other warrior classes. Only the spiritual level is its strong point. God's choice secret realm, targeting it is the pressure from the spiritual level. Moreover, professionals of different levels have different pressures. The amount of pressure will be adjusted according to the level of the professional, and the pressure faced by different levels is different. Summoners also belong to the legal system, and they also have relatively strong mental power, but weak other attributes. Moreover, she is already level 41, and the pressure she has to bear is much higher than that of Lin Moyu. Pressure is like ocean waves, wave after wave. The seemingly strong pressure felt like spring breeze to him. Lin Moyu is obviously much more relaxed than Mo Yun. Thanks to the soul crystallization, if it wasn't for the substantial increase in mental power, I shouldn't be so relaxed. Lin Moyu knew in his heart that the reason why he was so relaxed was mainly due to the crystallization of the soul. Increased the basic spiritual power from 4,000 points to 19,000 points, far exceeding the level 30 legal system professionals. And the pressure placed on him by God's choice secret realm is still calculated based on level 30 mage professionals. As a result, Lin Moyu faced almost no pressure. The two passages are only a few meters apart. Through the blue light curtain, Lin Moyu can probably see Mo Yun's situation. Suddenly, it really stopped. At this point, she was exactly one half of the way. Did something happen? Lin Moyu continued to move forward with doubts, and soon reached the half position. A golden thread appeared in the line of sight. flying in the channel of the thread. At the same time, a row of steps appeared in the passage. Lin Moyu also stopped carefully and looked up carefully. There are exactly 500 steps, and there are golden threads fluttering and dancing on each step. And every time you pass 100 grids, there will be more golden threads. Under the 100 steps, there is only a strand of golden thread on each step. Starting from the 101st step, the golden thread on each step turned into 2 strands. At the beginning of the 201 grid, it becomes 3 strands, at the beginning of the 301 grid, it becomes 4 strands, and at the last 100 grids, it becomes 5 strands. From the golden thread, you can feel a distinctive breath, a magical energy. These golden threads are divine energy. The first half of the passage is just the most basic test. Now is the real hurdle. It's exactly the same as what the teacher said. At least 100 strands of divine energy can form a complete divinity. The teacher also asked me to have at least 100 strands. I have to go at least 100 squares. As long as one can obtain a complete divinity, the probability of one's own professional yuhua can rise to more than 90%. Lin Moyu. Mo Yun's voice came from another channel. Asterisk 100 strands of divine energy can form a complete divinity. Rise. That's just the lowest and weakest divinity. If more divinity energy can be obtained, the divinity will be strengthened, and the stronger the divinity, the greater the benefits. Have you seen the 3-legged divine tripod above? Lin Moyu followed Mo Yun's words and looked up, and saw a huge 3-legged tripod. When he saw Ding, he couldn't help being stunned. The appearance of this tripod is like a 3-legged tripod in China's Shenzhou. Can't say it's unrelated, just the same. After contacting the soldier character text obtained before, Lin Moyu felt that it was necessary for him to take a look. It is said that if you can go to the 3-legged divine tripod, even at the 3rd turn, the probability of professional promotion can be increased to 80%. Mo Yun has her own ambitions. Otherwise, she wouldn't have wasted a lot of time looking for Nirvana Soul Crystal. At the 3rd turn, it will be sublimated again and become a high-level legendary class. This is Mo Yun's ambition. Thank you, I will try my best. Lin Moyu replied. Mo Yun waved her small fist, come on. Come on. No matter what divinity, professional sublimation. Just the existence of the 3-legged tripod, Lin Moyu wanted to go up and take a look. Lin Moyu looked up, at the top of the passage, the huge tripod was facing the light, very dazzling. He also saw a huge amount of divine energy flying on the tripod. Lift your legs and step forward, stepping on the first step. Boom! There was a roar in the air, and the pressure increased sharply. Strong pressure hit his face like a tsunami, trying to push him down. Lin Moyu snorted softly, stood still, and did not move at all. The passage behind has disappeared, replaced by an exit. He only needs to take a step back, and he will leave through the exit. After he stood firm, a ray of divine energy came in and disappeared. When the divine energy drilled in, Lin Moyu felt as if he had something more. But looking at the properties, again nothing has changed. Just a ray of divine energy is not enough to cause any changes. Lin Moyu started to walk up the steps, one step after another, fast and steady. With the support of mental attributes far beyond the 30th level legal profession, the mere mental oppression has no effect on him.